Alright, boys, let's get it. We got some new game trailers. We got all kinds of fun stuff coming out. We have missed a lot. We have missed a lot in this past week. We got drama. We got Don't Kill Games. We got Pirate Software. We got it all. We have missed a shitload on our hiatus. Oh. Come on, there he goes. On our hiatus playing Death Stranding 2. We have missed a ton. We will most likely be mostly reacting from here on out. We might do some spooky little itch.io horror games, but I don't know if we'll actually do another big AAA game on stream. Simply because it just ain't raking in no views for the amount of money that it takes and the amount of headache that it takes to get it on stream. So yeah, we'll probably be dropping to 3 hours worth of reaction, maybe an hour of indie games. Who knows, maybe we'll play like some other random games. We'll probably play a little bit of it on stream, who knows, for our last hour, but I gotta keep the views a little bit more consistent, because I'm coming up. I'm already starting to struggle because now I'm fighting, because it's been a full year. I'm fighting the watch hours now, the decay. And we gotta pull some punches, you know what I'm saying? So let's get it! This is from Rockstar. It was released 1 day ago. Shoot alligators too, huh? Is she really... Are there robots? Oh my god, they brought the robots back. Yo, they brought the robots back. Dude, what is it with Rockstar and those robots? I remember that from, like, the old Grand Theft Auto games. They would have the robots. That was always so funny to me, yo. I'm gonna try to get my hands on this. We might do an unboxing for it, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm still very skeptical if this is gonna be a good game. I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it comes with a sword handle. Huh. Oh my god, it comes with a game. That's cool. Well, that's really fun. That's really fun. I like that a lot, actually. Oh, this is that Dawn Walker game. This game looks like it might actually be really good.
Monsters.
Oh, what was that noise? Ew.
Watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest, they came out into the light. We feared for our lives. But we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us.
That looks friggin' terrible.
They came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them.
Huh.
But I became something else instead.
Came Blade! The Night Walker! The Day Walker! Day Walker!
trapped between the two worlds, fighting to even the score, fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
This might actually be a really good game. Blood of Dawnwalker. Heh. Yeah, alright, we'll see, I guess. There's another trailer for it here. Another trailer for it right here. Another trailer right here.
And I'm the community lead here at Rebel Wolves.
I'm Marcin Król, producer here at the studio. We'd like to tell you a bit.
What the hell did she say?
And I'm the community lead here at Rebel Wolves.
I'm Marcin Król, producer here at the studio.
Is that mumbled English, or did she actually, like, what?
Our upcoming game, The Blood of Dawnwalker. It's a dark fantasy, single-player, open-world RPG set in medieval Europe, in Vale Sangora, a remote valley where old legends are becoming real and vampires are stepping out of the shadows.
You play as Cohen, human by day, vampire by night. As a Dawnwalker,
Just being able to, like, go straight up a wall is crazy. Playing this is gonna be a bad game. See, that's my concern. Maybe it looks like it'll either be really good or it'll be like Mind's Eye, which is hard to do, but I feel like you have to try to make Mind's Eye as bad as it was.
between two worlds. His goal, to save his family from vampire lord Brancis.
The story really changes.
I would assume that they're gonna go based on the old-fashioned lore, which is if you kill the vampire lord, then it turns everybody under his rule back to humans.
On how you
I
play.
would assume.
It's a narrative sandbox. You choose what to do, when to do it, and how to approach your goals.
The game also features a dual gameplay loop. So during the day, you play as human Cohen with his sword fighting skills and magic.
At night, you become
Magic.
a vampire, faster,
She said magic. Ooh. Fancy.
stronger, with more powerful abilities. But those abilities come at a cost. You must feed, and sometimes you
We
might
most likely won't be doing a stream tomorrow. It's the 4th of July, and I figured I might as well just take that day off. We just gonna be chilling today. We just chilling today.
control and hurt someone that matters to you.
I do like the idea that you could choose to either drain them or just knock them out, you know? That's interesting. But I wonder if you only choose to knock them out, do they still turn? You know? Like, how does that work?
The Blood of Dawnwalker is made out of love for RPGs. It's built to
Right here,
fully immerse you.
yeah, I might take Friday and finish up the rest of Mind's Eye, and then I've got to render out all these videos and upload them, which give me 3 days to do that, which would be great, because then I can get really caught up, and then I won't have to stress. I'll have all of next month covered.
Keep you engaged and leave lasting memories.
You can check out 20 minutes of our gameplay by scanning the QR code visible on the screen.
I'm gonna start mixing up the published videos. I'll probably start adding in some reaction stuff and seeing how that does. Try to change everything up on the channel to not just have the gaming stuff, but like trying to start squeaking in the reaction stuff more and more and see how that goes.
And please don't forget.
I mean,
to
I've been
follow
trying the gaming stuff for almost 2 years now, and it just ain't going nowhere, dude. There's so many gaming channels that it's like, it's rough.
channels. We're just getting started with the Blood of Dawnwalker, and there's much more we can't wait to show you.
I think that'll be a good game. But I'm skeptical. And it's always good to be skeptical. I've been effed over too many times by these developers, man. Oh, what is this? That's pretty. I like the colors. Somebody knows how to color grade. Oh, that's awesome looking. What is this?
姐姐都备好了，那便只带一人。
Did y'all hear about that bird back in World War II? They had sent it off with a letter. and they finally found the bird like years after the war ended. It was so funny, dude. They still found the bird and the letter was still attached to it. That bird said, "Nope, I'm out." Bro, deserted. Oh, that's pretty, dude. What is this game? Let's see some gameplay. This looks like Dynasty Warriors. Oh, dude. Oh, man, that's my dream, is to go to something like this one day. I don't know why, dude, but I love this culture. I have no idea why. I just love this culture. I love watching movies in this era. Holy, this is awesome. Oh. To the sea. Springtide join the river to the sea. Flint moves free. This isn't gonna have any gameplay, is it? It does, doesn't it? It looks amazing. What is this game? Bro, watch it be a gotcha. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, shit! Was that a boy? Oh, no, it's not. Oh. They have a show like this? Dude. I would love to see that. Oh, what is this? Where Winds Meet Floral Reverse Story Trailer. That is a mouthful. That looks really good. I want to see more of this. It's gonna be on PlayStation. No idea what it's gonna be about, though. That told me nothing.
Yes. Hi, I'm Gen Z. Really? What are the name of those flat...
I'm not going to normalize obesity. I'm going to defeat it. Fucking based. There you go at Planet... I already saw this yesterday. Black people, I hate women, hate gay people, hate trans people, hate, let's see, who else do I hate? Brown
hates everybody.
People. I hate, some white people, hate poor people, hate fat people, hate short people, hate,
My God, well,
Yep. Who else do I hate? Spanish people? Hate religious people? Yep, hate religious people. Hate, oh man. Hate poor people. Hate rich people. Hate mentally ill people. Hate furries. Same thing. Oh, geez. Yeah, not beating the allegations? Yeah, I guess not.
I'm dead. Raw, death, murder, kill, rah, rah, rah. Oh my god, what did I do? I didn't miss! They can't make fun of me anymore! Still warm.
Space Force! Bro. Bro.
Freaking.
Bro, the gloves are the hardest thing to get on. You get everything else on. By the time you get to the gloves, man, your dexterity's just gone. Like, and then when you put them on, it's even worse. He's just struggling to get his gloves on.
Come on.
Hey, Smith, do me a favor and back up Mike on the nozzle.
What? What?
Oh.
Again?
Oh.
I'll be teaching your martial arts class this morning. So, if anybody messes with you, very simple. You square up, pull your gun out, shoot them. Done, problem solved. Any questions? This is martial arts, so we're not going to use our words, but we are going to use our mouth. And what have we been doing? Strengthening the knees. So what you want to do is get down on your knees, pull down their pants. So, if they mess with your potato...
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god.
First, you will take their children and their loved ones, and you will use them against their will. So they're gonna be really mad. You're gonna go up to them. You're gonna tell them that you love them. Rah, 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 rah. Go ahead and get down to the food position or 911. That works. If you're fast, go for it, buddy. If you have Army or Marine buddies, you call them.
You see that the $150 collector's edition of Borderlands?
Oh, okay, so here you go, boys. The $150 collector bundle for Borderlands 4 will not include the game.
Or doesn't even include the actual game. Wait, is that real? Let me see. What do you get then? So you get this little figure, a code card for 5 golden keys, a necklace, and some art.
And that's it.
Don't get the game. I'm assuming they give you a code though, right? Let me see. Do you not even get the code?
You don't get the game.
No way. You don't get the game at all. I thought they just meant like you don't get the physical game. You actually get nothing. You just get a merch package for $150. What?
Yup.
What a crazy decision. Oh yeah, you're right, it is right here. Games sold separately, Borderlands 4 not included.
Yep.
Why would you do that? Well, I know why, because you get extra money.
Alright, sir, I'm gonna go ahead and do a 12 lead EKG, so I need you to stay as still as...
God damn! Bro, they need to fix that. That's where your taxpayer money's supposed to go. Jesus.
Sir, if you could just hold on a couple seconds, I gotta go kill my partner.
How, you can't even see that. How are you even supposed to know that's there? Jesus.
Sir, if you could just hold on a couple seconds, I gotta go kill my partner.
Was placed inside a torpedo.
Yo, so check this out. Check this out. So this is what we had to go up against in World War II. They talked a whole lot of big talk. But whenever all you see left of your family is a shadow after we drop those bombs, and I'm not trying to be like racist or sexist or any kind of crazy, but you can talk all the game in the world. This is what we had to go up against in World War II.
And fired at an enemy ship like a live bullet. You see, the Japanese selected miniature cadets so they could fit into the cabin along with a ton of explosives. And once inside, these boys guided the torpedo themselves, swimming straight toward the target to explode along with their enemy like kamikaze.
Fine.
That's what we had to deal with. But they lost all that shit talking when we dropped the bomb that vaporized them. You can do all the shit talking in the world you want, but when all you see of an entire, like, damn near civilization is nothing but a shadow left on the pavement, then you come to the table. It's a shame that it had to get that far, but we did what we had to do. They did what they had to do. Because that's crazy.
17 more years. I can always start again.
If you haven't seen Invincible, strongly recommend it. Not for kids, but I strongly recommend it. The writing is solid so far.
Another kid.
When I say car, what do you hear?
Car.
Cartoon.
Yeah, that's no. You say cartoon.
Yeah.
There's no R when you say it.
And
Are you one of those Asians who can't say the R?
I think I can say the R. My name is Ronnie. I should fucking.
Bro, you know this guy's in a hurry. What is that truck? It looks like an 18-wheeler. Never let him know your next step. That's right. Boom!
The shipping container fell and landed.
He hit the wrong pedal. He should have had the. He should have pulled the parking brake.
Flat. And when rescuers got to the scene, they were sure no one had survived. But suddenly, they heard yelling. You see, even though it was crushed, the passengers were simply pushed down with the car, leaving just enough space for their bodies inside.
They got lucky.
To lift the container and saw a hand reach out and give a thumbs up. And after pulling them out, both people survived with only minor injuries.
That's crazy.
Waiting time, baby. Last week I was 514 pounds. Here we go. Yeah, dude.
That's what's up.
Everyone in the comments is supportive, except for this. They will all.
What'd he say?
First time ever, everyone in the comments is supportive, except.
Why do people congratulate someone for hurting themselves out of a hole they dug? Man, shut the fuck up.
For this,
what a piece of crap, dude. Hey, get this trash out of here.
For losing 150 pounds. You are the prime example of no matter what your situation, you can change.
Man, look at him go.
Making the rest of us look lazy. Keep it up.
Will you kick that baby for $5 million?
Absolutely. Bro, hacky sacking a baby. 5 mil? 5 mil. I would do a lot of stuff. I'd do a lot of things for $5 million. I could live off of 5 mil for the rest of my life. I can get a good home, get a good vehicle. Yeah, I wouldn't even have to get a vehicle. I could just keep that money and use Uber. 5 mil is more than enough to live your life happily and not have to work. Send my kids off to college with that money. Actually be able to afford to have kids.
Wait!
Yo, like, OG Chucky, dude, bro was a slayer.
Here, take that! Yes! Yeah! Yes, dude! You know, that's what we're looking for, you know? Some main character shit! Oh, shit! Watch out! Oh!
Alright, guys, the last letter of Hangman, what is it?
Oh, no.
Great job, Jimmy. Look at you, buddy. You are just killing it. Alright, this is a tricky one. Anyone? Let's go, Jimmy.
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorite.
Well, I'm a legal immigrant. I came here right away. It took me 6.5 years to become a citizen. My brother waited in China for 13 years, come here.
Now I know that we don't understand the difference between legal and illegal. So if you're wondering, illegal means breaking the law. Legal means they're not breaking the law. Illegal bad, legal good. Why we even have to talk about this, and I even have to emphasize this, is beyond me. But I'm going to, in the off chance this ever actually goes anywhere, if you're illegally doing something, you're breaking the law. You're breaking the US laws.
It is a slap in the face to all the illegal immigrants who are still waiting in line all over the world with American sponsors. Some of them have been waiting for over 10 years. What kind of message do we want to send to the world? If you follow the law, we're gonna punish you. And if you come here illegally, we can give you quick pass to citizenship. I support deport all the illegal aliens who committed crime immediately.
There it is. Why is this so hard to understand? There are people that have been waiting for over 10 years to get into the US. Why? I don't know. Legally. With sponsorships. And you think that just because you come here illegally, you just get to stay. No. That's not how the world works. Just because you're born doesn't mean that you can just come in any country you want. Hell, some countries, they'd shoot on sight. Like, just be thankful, you know, we're trying to get this mess sorted. The right-ish way. Oh!
Oh, I love you too, Wolverine. Get off! Okay.
Bro, I would love to play as Deadpool. I don't have the height, but it would be so funny.
See, it calls me. I'm stuck. There it is. We made it. All right. I love you too, random child.
Hey, Cap, the traffic's looking a little heavy up there.
Oh, dude, I love it. We used to tease the Cap all the time because there's so if you've never been inside of a truck, a fire truck, all the newer models, they have 6 sets of foot pedals. On the left side you have actually there's 5. You have the gas and the brake, which is standard, right? On the captain's side, he can control the whale siren, or the screaming siren, some of the lights and other sirens. They don't really, I took a class because they were going to try to make me drive the apparatus, which is what it's called. The fire truck, we don't refer to it as the fire truck, we refer to it as the apparatus. And dude, like, I was looking at all that math, like, you got to know hydraulics and stuff, and I was like, dude, the heck with this is rough. Because you gotta know how the pump works. It's simple to run, but man, the math involved that you gotta do on the spot is so stressful.
Might want to hit that new cue.
There you go. We used to tease him all the time. It's like, dude, you gotta hit it. You gotta hit it. And then and it's funny because he got so used to us doing it, he would just do it out of spite. He would do it to, like, people that would barely be in the way.
Get that air horn.
You didn't. I did.
Taking a car apart is the most fun thing you can do in the fire service. Like, taking the hood off, rolling the sides of the car, dude. Tearing a car apart is the most fun thing you can do with the tools. Raising it, lowering it, like using the airbag systems, like, dude, it's so fun to tear a car apart. It's so fun to shatter the glass. I must have tore apart like at least 5 cars in my must have tore apart like five cars from the beginning of the academy all the way till the end of my career as a fireman. And I say end because all my certs are expired now. I'd have to go back to college to be a firefighter again. I still have them though. I still have the certifications. I have proof that I was a fireman.
No, he thought it'd be funny to put my keys in a cup of water and freeze it so I couldn't drive home. So, I put a radio behind his dash and I've been following him around town all week doing this.
You think he'll ever find it?
No.
Man, I hope not.
So the Stellar Blade review got a 68, and
that's crazy.
Said it was done.
A Stellar Blade got a 68, and it's one of the most sold games on Steam to date. That's
by
crazy.
Molly Taylor, and let's go.
Oh, a little bit more gaming news that I might, if I can't find it today, we'll cover it tomorrow. Blizzard, Microsoft, and Xbox have reported over 9,000 layoffs in the past 3 days. Expected more layoffs yesterday, a little after 5. So there was an update, so they laid even more people off.
We're going to look and find out.
Over 9,000 employees, and they even stated that most of them were supervisors.
Into gorgeous love interests, and now I can't look at my
Stellar Blade is amazing. Thank you very much, Nigel, for getting that. And thank you for continuing to put money down on the Throne link. You're a freaking G, man. That game is awesome. If you haven't played Stellar Blade, absolutely 100% recommend it. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but since the DLC, there are jiggle physics with the guns. So if you crouch behind a barrier and you shoot the gun, everything jiggles. Everything jiggles.
Refrigerator the same way.
Because there's guns in it now, like actual like AKs and stuff.
And within 1 week of each other. Mark Kern actually put this really well. Let me see if I can pull this up. The reason why game journalists are so offended by even Stellar Blade, but love things like dating butt plugs and sexualized microwaves.
It is weird. So like these people that go around and they're like trying to crap all over these games that, you know, are like obviously hyper gooner bait. I mean, let's be honest. That's kind of what Stellar Blade is. All things aside, I mean, that's kind of what it is. But the same people that sit there and they talk trash about, you know, like it being gooner bait. There's like, I want to say more about it, but I don't want to be like, I don't want to go too deep into it. They're also the same people that will play a simulator where you like have to date random appliances and be like, oh, this is a 10 out of 10. And it's like, what are you talking about? Are you dumb? I kid you not. It's a thing.
Bears.
That's what he's referring to about this.
They are militarized against regular sexual norms. The only kind of love or sex that they will approve of is either queer with inanimate objects. Safe horny isn't about just being inclusive, it's about erasing and destroying regular attraction and relationships and replacing them with queer agenda. I don't think this is necessarily queer agenda.
I don't think it is either. I think that's the one thing he's wrong about. I think that it's just weird. It's a weird ideology that I don't know why, but it's going off the rail. It went off the rails. Now that they're trying to course correct it, that's how you're seeing all these people get fired and stuff. Like, it's just wrong. That's the best way I could describe it.
Distorted, weird agenda. Basically, the less humanoid something is, the more it's okay to sexualize it.
Yeah,
I find that to
it's
be
weird.
Very weird. I've noticed this a lot. I'm buying. He's 100% right. Yeah, it's very, very awkward and weird.
It's just very not okay.
Tennessee's banned on transgender surgeries.
I also think that they have a federal law now that bans transgender surgeries under the age of under like your parents can no longer consent to you having transgender surgeries and transgender, like, you know, anything. I know I'm probably going to get some scuff for this. I think this is a W. Big W. There are way too many mentally ill parents out there that have these kids that try to brainwash them into thinking that they're the opposite sex. This should have been a law from day one to make this banned, like illegal. Like, this is not okay. A child has never had sex. They don't know what sex they are. You are starting with B and you're not even at A. This is not okay. Everything about this is wrong. And they know it's wrong. All this ever did was give people with mental illnesses an excuse to abuse their children. It's no different than whenever you have an obese, not a fat, a morbid obese child, they should snatch that baby away because you are hurting that child. You are not setting them up for success. You are hurting them. By the time they turn 18, they are going to be so obese, they're not even going to be able to do anything. They're just hurting. They're in pain. It's wrong. And I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody with that, but let's be honest here. It's not okay.
And hormone therapies for minors 6 to 3.
That is insane. That is insane. If you are 6, you don't even know what the concept of life is, and your parents are trying to get you gender changed? Come on, man. Let's put a little bit of logic into this. This is wrong. Most parents freak out whenever they put, like, any kind of, like, sex ed into schools, even in high school. And you're really trying to get your child's gender changed at the age of 6? What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? That's just wrong, man. That's gross.
All states just received the green light to get on board. Thank God. I mean, honestly, this is common sense, right? Anything sexual, you cannot consent your kid into it, and your kid
Thank you. And I agree with this. They should ban underage marriage. Parents should not be able to consent their child into marrying somebody. They shouldn't be able to consent their child to have sex with anybody. And they damn sure shouldn't be consenting to this. This is life-altering behavior. This could scar somebody if it's the wrong decision. And that's the whole point of legal consent, is you don't have the ability to give consent under the age of 18. And to be quite frank, some adults don't either.
Consent to it because they're a kid. I thought
they shouldn't, but they do.
How do we have 3 people that think that it's okay? That's scary to me.
That's terrifying.
3 people, it should have been 9-0. And so anyway, no, huge, massive Omega W, huge W, amazing. Hopefully they ban it nationwide. Anybody who's doing it under the table, hopefully.
6 years old. 6 years, dude. I don't even remember what I was doing at the age of 6. That is life altering. Jesus. Bro, they getting spawn camped. God damn. That's crazy.
Right? You're taking your kid 10 years old to get puberty blockers. It's time for you to take a vacation for 10 to 15 years. I think it's about 10 to 15 year vacation for that.
Watch as these truckers get revenge on some road bandits. It all started when one trucker...
Dude, you don't mess with truckers. I had an ex whose her dad was a trucker. Man, they stay connected. Them truckers are the nicest people you'll ever meet, bro. They're the nicest people. They're like firefighters, dude. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet. You mess with them, they gonna get you.
Pulled over to fix a flat tire on a remote forest road. While he was working, a shady-looking car with 3 men inside drove past several times, clearly watching him. Eventually, they stopped, and one of them got out. He walked up to the trucker and demanded money, claiming the driver had stepped onto their territory, but the trucker wasn't having it. He jumped back into his cab and got on the radio, calling for help from nearby truckers. Within minutes, a convoy of trucks rolled in.
Oh my God, look at them all.
Surrounding the bandit's car and cutting off any chance of escape.
Oh my God, look at them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the camera angle. This one
was pure justice. The bandits were dragged out and tossed into the bushes, and their car was flipped off the road.
Damn!
To make things worse for them, they were deep in the middle of nowhere. No roads, no rides, no help, and now the only way home for the bandits was on foot.
That is crazy.
Chief!
I don't like watching these shows. I don't. So, instead of reacting to it, I'm going to pick it apart. This one made me upset. This actually made me upset. Whenever I saw this, I was very angry.
I just been vandalized.
Find some water, Dawson, before that engine runs dry.
That's... So first off, a vandalized hydrant isn't just going to be empty.
Water, Dawson, before that engine runs dry.
Hold on. There's so much wrong with this, it's not even funny. Okay. So you'd usually find trash in here. You'd find something like garbage. They usually take the cap off and then they throw stuff in there. Keep in mind, the only way this is going to run water is on the top. There's a little valve on the top. You need your hydrant wrench. You uncap it. And then the water kind of spurts out a little bit. You got to clean it. You flush. They call it flushing the hydrant. You flush it and then you close it back and then you hook up the hose and then you open it all the way. Get maximum pressure out of that hydrant. If anything is in that pipe, it's going to come out. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's going to come out. The pressure in this hydrant, especially with these big rings, it's so strong that if you tried to squeeze it shut, it could cut the metal in half. That's how strong the PSI is coming out of this hydrant. And each hydrant, based on the color, has different variants. Green is the best. Green has the highest pressure. That's over 3,000. It's like 3,000. It's 3,000 gallons per minute, which is that's a lot. That's a lot of gallons a minute. Like we're talking, it's so strong that it could take the water away from the surrounding houses and bring it to that hydrant. That's how strong it can be. Super strong.
Chief, I just been vandalized.
Second thing, there's a chain of command. You're not going to go to your chief. You're going to go to the captain, and the captain's going to go to the chief. Chief's not going to say this either. Now, I don't know if this is a firefighter or if it's the apparatus. Typically, at my station, usually the one that catches the hydrant is supposed to be the rook. But at my station, we grabbed the nozzle as the rook. Because there were way too many fires for the rookies to be bad with fires. They wanted to make sure you knew how to get him fired. That's why I wanted that job too. Boy, I was in that putting out fire, boy. I loved it. But the hydrant, if that one's dead, the apparatus driver will usually drive to another one. Usually. Depends on how laid out the hose is. Typically, what we did, is when we got to the hydrant, we opened it, flushed it, gave them the green light, and then they went to the fire scene. That's what they did. What we do is we'd wrap the hose around the hydrant and then hold it on the ground. And then as the truck would slowly move forward to the fire incident, it would unravel out the back of the truck. But we always check that hydrant before we stop that apparatus and start pulling hose. Always. No matter what. That's the first thing you do on the fire field, is you make sure that hydrant works.
Find some water, Dawson, before that engine runs dry.
They all stripped.
So if people are dying from $5 part?
Not without water, you're not. Pull out! Now!
Grab a horseshoe, follow me.
Dawson, where's that water?
Secondly, if this is a firefighter, they're not going to be calling shots. Chain of command. The captain will be telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. If the captain says grab the nozzle, you're on the fucking nozzle. The last thing you want is to be booted because you didn't do what you were told. No different than the army. That is a fire department connection. That is an FDC. You are not going to pull water out of an FDC. You put water into the building from a hydrant when you arrive at a fire scene using your own hose from a hydrant and then you connect up higher in the building using the FDC. You're not going to pull water from an FDC because it doesn't hold water. And even if you did, even if you could, the connection would not be strong enough. You need the apparatus to push the water up to the topper or higher layers of the building. It won't work.
Where's our water? Here we go. Damn, girl. Today was our candidate's very first fire.
That's how I know she's a rook. That's not...
And in light of that, there's an old tradition that when a rookie excelled at the first fire, they were given the privilege, put in the truck.
But, yeah, no. That ain't... Nah. That ain't right. Nah.
Repeat after me, guys. Hola. What does soy mean? It's like tofu, right? Guys, no, dude. Come on, man. Hola, soy. Dora likes tofu. She's a vegan. No, vegan. I knew it.
Dora's a vegan.
Adios.
Adidas. Yo, I can't be the only one that actually thought that, right? It looks like Adidas, but it's definitely not.
I was gonna say that, dude. Come on, man. You can't tell me that's not Spanish for Adidas, bro. Look at that. Now look at my hat. Now look at my hat. It does seem pretty similar. I'm not gonna lie, huh? Where's the It's not. I know when it's in my mouth. Buenas tardes. Retarded. Buenas tardes, Jimmy. Jimmy, buenas nachos. Dude, I'm f***ing Pablo Escobar, pendejo. It's not even how you say it. Oh my god, is that Spanish for panda? I love pandas. Gringos, man. ¿Por qué están en una mente tonta? All these fucking gringos, man, be rolling up in my shit, huh? Buenas noches, mother. Buenas noches.
Of course, it's sunny all week, and then on Saturday, it rains.
We got dad jokes, boys. It's dad joke time.
Rain. What? Of course, it's sunny all week, and then on Saturday, it rains.
He heard it. He's coming. That face is pure satisfaction. There's nothing else behind those eyes. In this scene, you can see the prey being stalked by the hunter. Will the prey get away? Or will the hunter succeed and feed its family? You see, the prey runs, but the stalker, the hunter, leaps forth to deliver its blow. Frantic, they run, but unfortunately, to little avail. It gets its meal.
We needed this rain, didn't we?
Didn't we?
Yeah, please get the fire.
Yep. See you later.
To put in an order for 10 pieces.
10 pieces?
10 pizzas. 10 pizzas. 10. That's a lot of pizza.
So many pieces. Because we didn't cook.
Or 10 pieces.
So I'm trying to make up for that. Because I know everybody else, like...
Okay, like 10 slices. She just meant 10 slices.
Nah, she meant 10 pizzas. Yeah! Damn! Bro!
Pieces.
Okay.
After I eat something...
Bro, chowing down already.
I say, damn, you actually ate all of that.
Are we being selfish right now?
But that's why we just gotta get rid of the evidence.
Right.
Get rid of the evidence.
You gonna eat all that? Ain't no way you gonna eat all that. One, two, three, four. They ate 5 pizzas? Oh my god! They ate 5 pizzas. Between them two, they ate 5 pizzas. One, two, three. Yeah, no, there's 5 here. What in the hell? They ate 5 pizzas. Bro. Oh, what the hell is going on with this guy? It's just like, dude, they ate 5 pieces.
Left, they had 10.
They had 10 pizzas.
Would you rate this guy on a scale of 1 through 10?
A 3.
Damn, that's harsh.
Word.
It's
Okay.
not really my type.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 through 10?
A 10.
You think other people agree with that?
I don't care what other people think. Confidence is key. Period.
What would you rate this girl on a scale of 1 through 10?
What the fuck? That look like a fucking lizard.
Oh, what the fuck? That's fuck.
0, I ain't gonna lie.
Damn, for real, 0?
Hell yeah. She look like a damn gremlin.
God damn, dude, that's harsh.
Play it again.
Look like a damn gremlin.
All right, we'll watch it again. It's fine.
Oh no. These ones are. Oh my god. Oh! Oh, little man down!
I'm gonna check on the herd.
Yo!
I've watched this like 5 times. This one's still funny.
My god, dude. Boom! Oh wait, whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
That's my favorite one.
Bro, low key, this is me. Any electronic, any day. I have broken so many electronics because they didn't want to work. Like, I will take it apart and I will try before I just get fed up. And then whenever I get fed up. Yep. Boom. Now you got a reason not to work. Okay, so I gotta give a little disclaimer. This is dangerous. It could be considered illegal. Don't do it. Don't be stupid. Please. This is called Bait Truck Diddy Oil Floor Prank. So they got oil on the floor, and what they do is they put a bait truck out there, like a U-Haul truck, right? They leave the door up and they put boxes in it, and then they put oil all over the floor.
Oh, hell no.
And then they close the door and then run off with them.
What the hell is these motherfuckers been locked up?
Yep. Oh! They driving around with them in the truck. Damn! Damn! Woo! Oh, they getting bunched around, boy.
What happened? That's why you don't hop in the back of you all, huh? Oh my god. Oh my god. Never.
That's right. That's what happens when you try to steal. Get your ass cleaned up.
Bro, he's gonna do it. What?
That's right. I think he's got new videos, boys. We're gonna have to watch some of his videos.
I think it's so awesome how you can drink in public here.
So check this out. So tell me why in Germany, you can drink publicly. In America, you cannot.
You mean you can't drink in public in the US?
No.
I thought it's the land of the free over there. And even communists can drink in public. That's such repression.
Communists? Why are you using my machine? I just went for a quick 20-minute water break.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Don't be a gym douche. Leave a personal item as an indicator that you are using the machine. Be considerate of other people's time and goals. Don't just hog the equipment.
Listen to my question. Either your mother is a liar or you're a liar.
I wasn't
No, just a second. No.
And this matters because they could both get locked up. It's just a matter of who's gonna get locked up. Now, if I was daughter, there's no way I'd go to jail for some liar. That's for sure.
No. That's not what I want to hear.
My honor?
Don't speak! You're either going to say to me, my mother's a liar, or I'm a liar.
My mom's lying.
Your daughter just called you a liar. Just so that you know who she is. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question. You live with your mother?
Yes.
Is your mother a liar, or is your sister a liar?
My mom.
Your mother's a liar.
She's trying not to smile.
The streets were a better teacher than you are.
Damn, bro. Oh man, your comrade's down on the boss. Get up. Get up. Get up. Ooh. There you go.
The craziest myth someone has made up about you, and can you debunk it today? Oh, I've got a big forehead.
That's a hate.
Yeah, bro. It's not that, bro.
Oh.
Damn. No, don't damn.
Bro's got that 11 head. Oh, dude. So, they call out the bomb squad, right? They call out the bomb squad. And they're not sure if this thing is actually a bomb or not. Bro rolls up. Starts looting. Alright, last short.
Glasses are stupid and make you ugly. You got a big head.
You're some mean fucking kids, okay? Who's your parents? I'm gonna tell on you.
Mawinko is my daddy.
All right, tell your dad I said hi.
Oh.
I didn't mean to call you a fucker either. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sick of my butt. Sick of my butt.
Go back, bitch. Go back, bitch. You know, kids, this bus driving stuff is actually very weird to me. I mean, if I wanted to just kidnap you all, I could, and I would have a bus full of children. Isn't that weird? Okay, speed bump. Speed bump, so pull on your seatbelts, okay?
No seatbelts on the school bus, stupid.
You don't have seatbelts?
Okay, alright. That's enough of the shorts. Yeah, we got like 40. We got far in, dude. We got like to 42. Let me write that down. 43. No, 42. Almost over half, dude. Damn. Okay. Alright. So I don't know if you know, but there's some controversy with Ludwig because he invited some content creators over and to do some kind of alcohol stream, and he coerced a couple people, one into a almost 2 points over lethal levels of alcohol content. So he drank until he got like 3 or 3 point something, which is lethal. It could kill you. That's how much alcohol they were drinking. And then in the same stream, this is on a stream, by the way, where they were abusing all this alcohol and stuff. One of the people that he invited had apparently sexually harassed a few other people there, and Asmund kind of called him out on it. It was like, it's kind of your fault, but at the same time, this shouldn't have even been facilitated by the streaming platform that it was on. I think it was Twitch. And Ludwig kind of like clapped back a little bit. or at least he made some comments. Because I think he's got some beef with him, but this actually made Asman a little upset. And now keep in mind that this is the same guy who Hassan was trying to bait by saying that he's the reason why his mom died. So that this kind of says something.
Respect people's morals. Like Ludwig goes and pulls up my chat to try to make me look bad. You're getting this brought up because you trying to play games on me. You trying to make me look
and
bad.
Keep in mind, Ludwig is also trying to attack Tectone as well, which, by the way, Tectone is banned again. At least he was. He was banned for a week on Twitch again. This time his appeal was revoked. I think he should be done with his week ban, but
we're gonna talk about it.
Here's the context wagon. Ludwig, big YouTube content creator. They had an event which was basically a Mario Kart drunk challenge. One of the streamers, Mango, got weird and started sexually harassing other streamers.
So this is
to
what
give you an idea. This man was so drunk he was at he was blowing a 3.0, which is lethal levels of intoxication.
Right.
No. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream. End it.
Now, if you did this to a female coworker, I think we all know what would happen. He got kicked out of Cloud9 for this.
And Ludwig, in particular, immediately distanced himself from his friend of many years.
I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves events. Because, it's a privilege to go to an event.
The situation went so viral that even Twitch stepped in and banned this streamer.
Wow.
And then
Ludwig enabling Mango to drink dangerous levels of alcohol. What is this?
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic.
Even Ray immediately knows this is a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing is that he was see you, bye, I love you. He was enticing this man to the point of this level of alcoholic behavior. Kept giving him drinks, kept firing him up. What'd you say? He said something.
Not great.
PB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
throughout the event, contestants blew into a breathalyzer.
Hey, everybody!
That's crazy.
Mango just blew a .32!
That's dangerous.
Let's up those numbers!
You're like 0.3?
I better not even for a fucking second hear anything about my chat. Oh, my chat said something bad.
Wait, hold up. Black female protagonists. Let's check Asman's chat real quick. Halo DEI. DEI trailer. Oh, it's a DEI game. If you didn't notice, that woman, you heard me say woman, was black. So that is woke and not a game I'll play.
So you trying to make me look bad because of my chat, but you don't want to look bad because of your friend?
I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves event.
That you told to drink alcohol at your party? You knew he was blood alcohol poisoning level drunk, and you were gassing him up. But the moment that I watch a trailer and I don't say a single thing, you're trying to farm hate on me. I wonder which one is worse. People saying...
What's crazy to me is that these people, they use bigger entertainers to get a leg up in the world. And then, I'm not saying that Ludwig did that, right? But then they want to sit there and take a poop on the people that got them where they're at collectively. And they don't ever want to look at themselves and what they're doing because they're trying to push the drama to somebody else. And then you got platforms that facilitate this entire environment, like Twitch, banning people for no real reason because of stupid little rules they make up, instead of looking at the fact that you've got a streamer that is pushing lethal levels of intoxication on a stream, and instead of banning them, they're gonna mess with somebody because they just don't like their morals. That is the kind of
in the comments section or real life sexual
systems we have.
Poisoning. Oh my God! Oh, my chat said something bad. Fix your friends. Then maybe we can talk about my chat.
Let's up those numbers!
I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves event. You know, it's a privilege to go to an event.
Transgender influencers, Disney bathroom.
And then we got this. So we got this transgender person who went to Disneyland by themselves. They were doing quite a few things in bathrooms, which, by the way, is illegal in Florida, where Disneyland is. It is illegal to go into a public bathroom and take pictures or record. They were in the bathroom recording themselves in a woman's bathroom, by the way, in Disneyland. And then they were also in the food court going over with the food there in front of children. This is all in front of children. It's Disneyland. There's children everywhere, even in the food courts. Taking hot dogs and showing what it's like when you get your wee-wee chopped off in the food court around kids. Now, the videos may not have any audio of this person talking, but it's kind of like, it's more the mental justification that I'm doing this in a food court around kids, and it's the intent. Like any crime, it's the intent. But they're facing legal charges now. Bye-bye, I love you. And hopefully they lock this person up.
Video is under investigation by the state of Florida.
There was a TikTok.
There have been charges that have been filed since this. There has been an update.
Lily Tino, who's taking videos and photos inside of the women's bathroom in Disney. And
biggest self-report of my life.
Those Disney bathroom selfies got y'all real upset, huh? Saying, oh, Lily, you can't take selfies in the bathroom. It's not appropriate. Well, let me remind you, any woman you ever meet has likely taken a photo in a public bathroom. Why, you ask? Because we look cute and we want to document it.
Well, wait a second. There's no way that this can be legal in the state of Florida.
It's not.
Funny thing about that.
It's not. You can serve up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine.
Right? First off, like, you shouldn't be allowed to, like, film inside of bathrooms. It seems.
I'm kind of surprised that that's not sex offender level of problems.
But then here in Disney, it's like extra layers of creepy.
It is.
Is there anything happening from a state level?
Yeah, we're investigating this. We do not tolerate, no tolerance. We're investigating this one.
Oh, man.
We put them on notice that legal action was coming.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they changed their ways. But here in Florida, we believe there are two sexes, men and women, and we are going to protect our girls at all costs.
Thankfully.
And I want to make that another thing that's really clear. There are only two sexes. There are only two genders. Like, if you want to classify yourself as a goddamn attack helicopter, that's great, but there's no point. You either have a reproductive system or you have a ding-dong, okay? Like, yes, you can probably fully transition, but you're never going to be able to have the reproductive system working. It's just not going to happen. And the sooner we come to terms with biology and science, the better off as a society we're going to be. Like, you can call yourself every color of the rainbow and you can identify as that, but it's not your gender. An identity is not your gender. Sorry. It's science. It's the basic principles of life. That's just how it is. I don't know what fairy tale world these people are living in, but the sooner they come to terms with reality and start living in the real world, the better off they're going to be. And it's not every single person that's like this. A lot of people, they just want to transition and they want to be left the hell alone. And I praise those people. They're awesome. My heart goes out to you. Best of life for you. Well, we gotta be careful with these predators that are like this, that sit here and do this crap in public and social media.
Fucking God.
Trying to get away with it. It's obvious, malicious. It's malicious, and it doesn't need to exist.
Put this freak in fucking jail.
That's what I'm saying.
There was this little girl, like 3 years old.
Recording, and this is especially in Disney World.
It's in Disney World.
About using a bathroom at a bar or something like that. This is a place that's made for children, and you have somebody who identifies as the opposite gender who's going into that bathroom, filming people without their consent in the bathroom. That is
yeah, this is the food court thing that I was talking about.
This is guys. This is way, way, way over the fucking line.
I think Disney's going to ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog.
Oh no.
Here's how to tell if you're sound.
I have no doubt most of you have noticed over the last 10 or 11 months I've been...
Oh, yeah, this is the pirate software situation that I was talking about earlier with, Stop Killing Games. Here we go.
Radiant. You can tell probably just from my voice alone and this striking smile. So what is the secret to this newfound happiness of mine? The one trick doctors don't want you to know? I haven't been online as much. I've been going outside far more frequently, spending time in the real world. And as such, I'm sure many of you have noticed over the last 10 years, I haven't seen a whole bunch of it. I haven't kept up with the vast majority of it. Space hoopla. And I want to keep it that way. I'm having a lot more fun not doing that. Also mentioning pirate software because of the
So there's a lot of hate with pirate software now. I used to watch him, but I stopped because he was really doing the whole, there's a term that I call it. It's called, man, what is that called? Humble bragging. Bro would humble brag and humble brag and humble brag and humble brag and humble brag. And then he'd have people that would get in his chat and be like, dude, we've heard it 50 times. You've said it 50 times. And then he would ban them and do it again. And it's like, okay, I wasn't one of those people that got into his chat and did anything. I just kind of stopped watching and then unsubbed. Like, I watched him for like maybe a month. But like him talking about how he worked at Blizzard, how his dad works at Blizzard, how like X, Y, and Z, I just got so tired of hearing about it. I just...
effect he has had on that initiative in its demise. I say demise, but it's not actually fully cooked, but it has been on life support, and pirate software did play a big...
Yes, so Pirate got on and tried to stop the Stop Killing Games initiative, which isn't really, like, the idea of it isn't necessarily to fix it, it's to bring it to the government's attention, so that way the government can come up with a way to fix it. It's the stopping the end of service of games that you have bought, like, for example, Anthem, whenever it came to end of service and they shut the servers down, they would have to make the games still playable to the public. Games that you have to buy, not necessarily that are for free, but ones that you have to buy, still accessible to the public, even if they just give the code over for the community to do with as they please. That's what the whole initiative is about.
Role in that because of 2 videos he made, as well as a stream, shitting all over it.
Constantly.
And that's not even doing it justice. He was full-blown tooting on this. He was shitting on it with some fart on top. And a lot of what he was saying about Stop Killing Games wasn't accurate. It was a misrepresentation of the initiative.
And that's kind of what a lot of people were sticking to. Like, this got so big that PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, he went over it on his Spadicy channel. Like, Asmon talked about it. Charlie was the first one to, like, kind of pop the pimple, as it were, to get this known more. And it's kind of sad that it took one content creator to pretty much kill the Stop Killing Games narrative and initiative. And it's a good thing that, you know, some of these communities, they noticed what was going on and they blew it up to where it should have been. Because it's a problem.
Ross finally set the record.
At the very least, they should be giving people their money back if games come to end of service. Any amount of money you spend on the game, they should force the company to give the money back.
On a lot of the misconceptions.
You can't just take the game away.
Software helped to put out there and kind of exacerbate these thought processes that just weren't accurate for what the initiative was actually aiming to do. He finally set the record straight, and I, of course, wanted to talk about it as someone who does actually care about it. Now, as I've said, I've been a little...
And you want this as a gamer? Now, a developer, no. There's nothing like making an online-only game, and then come to find out, kind of like Anthem or Concord, that it's just so easy to kill it and then move on, right? Even though people have already spent money on the game. It's a quick cash pot. And this would prevent that.
The grid, I bought a fucking farm, so I've been, living off the Lord's land recently, and I've missed a lot of the internet happenings. So, Pirate Software's previous anime arcs of drama, like with World of Warcraft, and the one after that, 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 I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to. I only got little tiddlywinks, little morsels of lore about it in a few clips, so I never really even understood what was going on there. So Pirate Software's response to everything that happened yesterday really caught me by surprise. That was a subversion of my expectations bigger than Game of Thrones Season 8.
Yeah, Hutcher, I did. I think it's really hilarious to me that that entire community is so butt mad at me for putting out a video 10 months ago about their stuff and then not being refuted, and now it's my fault that everything...
He's also under a lot of allegations for cheating in games. There's a lot going on with his controversy right now. I'm not going to go out of my way and say that he's a terrible person, because I don't know. Allegations are allegations. Nothing is set in stone. It'd be wrong for me to sit here and do that. But I will say that he is wrong for trying to kill the Stop Killing Games, initiative. I think that he's absolutely wrong about that. And he's trying to look at it from like a gaming developer perspective. He likes to call himself a gaming developer. But let's just say that his game that he produced on Steam is overwhelmingly negative due to review bombs currently. It's not looking good right now for him. Let's just say that.
Is going wrong for them.
I cannot believe his ego. His ego is so out of control. I feel like he's only...
It's all that humble bragging, bro. He's got himself an echo chamber. But I've noticed that over the past few months that his viewership has declined quite a bit. Like, he used to have quite a large amount of viewers on YouTube and Twitch, and it's almost cut in half, it seems like, because of all the controversy swirling around him.
A week or two away from exclusively referring to himself in third person, like Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin. And that's the truth, because Pirate Software said so. Some shit like that. It's crazy how he's responded. The smugness is nails on a chalkboard.
It's the humble bragging that got it for me. I couldn't handle the humble bragging anymore. I stopped listening to him because it just felt like, I do all these things, I did this, I did that. Bro, you've said it like 50 times. And if you had said that in his chat, he'd just ban you. And I'm like, dude, I don't really think I want to be a part of this community. It's very it's echo chamber times 10. It was kind of impressive how bad the echo chamber was there.
Icky listening to it. And he goes on that same talking point multiple times in the clip about how, like, oh, I guess I'm fully to blame. I guess because I made those videos 10 months ago, it's my fault entirely that
it's because you made the videos in general, bro.
Oh boy, time to play a sad song on the world's smallest violin for the Stop Killing Games movement, all because Big Bad Pirate Software took it all down by himself.
Now, I think personally that they could have made it better. The initiative wasn't like... I feel like the guy that made the initiative could have done a better job at stating what he would like to do in return. But other than that, just bringing it up to, like, the government is it's the first step.
Like, it's
got to take it one step at a time. Now, it would probably help if he had gave a better, like, oh, well, once we get it there, we need to do X, Y, and Z, It would have helped.
Out there that is saying it is entirely Pirate Software's fault that Stop Killing Games hasn't been more successful in its endeavors. But there's irrefutable evidence that you had a detrimental effect, a majorly damaging effect on Stop Killing Games because of your misinformation that you spread about it in two videos and across all your streams, and not once have you bothered to correct that record. And he has said that it hasn't been refuted in 10 months. That is fish paste. That is turbo horseradish. Go to your own comment section on your videos to see everyone refuting you, as well as the innumerable other gamers and voices out there that have taken down those talking points and debunked a lot of them and proven that you just...
Well, it's crazy because the guy that made the initiative, he actually, like, reacted to Thor or Pirate Software talking about it. And every time Thor would bring up a point, he was like, that's not what it meant. It literally states right here what it actually means.
Understand it. And that is the big problem. No one hates Pirate Software because he doesn't agree with Stop Killing Games. The reason so many people are angry at him, myself included here, you can disagree with the movement all you want. If you don't like the initiative, I'm not your fucking dad. You make your own choices there. But the reason so many people, myself included, do not like how Pirate Software is handling all this is he is refusing, outright refusing, to just admit any level of fault. That he is wrong about anything. And that couldn't be more clear from these clips as well as his tweets that he's made. It's actually his tweets that really sent me off the fucking rails here, off my gourd. Let's start with this little nugget here that he deleted from...
I put out 2 videos disagreeing with your initiative 10 months ago and haven't talked about it since, but you have. He has. He from what I understand, he actively brought it up. Did you play... Landon. Oh, it's Landon. Remember me? I do remember you. Did you play... Kino Pet? If you didn't play this game, play Kino Pet. Okay, I'll write that down. There we go. I wrote it down.
Last night, so he tweeted directly at Ross, the guy behind Stop Killing Games, talking about how he made those videos.
From what I understand, the thing is that he did continue to talk about Stop Killing Games on stream and continued to bash it.
10 months ago, and since then, his community has been nothing but hateful. A scourge, a fucking tyrannid threat that he must destroy. Your community is fucking rabid, and it's shit to deal with for anyone on the other side of the argument. Why do you think I haven't talked about this shit in 10 months? Why do you think we auto-mute anyone bringing it up in chat? Because it's been rage bait and shit-flinging the entire...
I guarantee you there are people in his own community that probably went off Reddit, came back to correct him, and then he just banned them instead of listening. I guarantee you that's what happened.
It just goes on about like how he is the victim of Ross's toxic, terrible community, which is hilariously hypocritical coming from Pirate Software, when in his videos and his streams, he makes it very clear and is very rude about how much he dislikes not only Ross, but the movement. And it's not like he's being very professional and polite about it, you know, buttoned up.
No, he's just...
So this was my first
There we go, here's Ross.
Oh shit, now this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful. That is horrible.
I don't understand why he copped this attitude, this negativity towards Stop Killing Games. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me that he took that offensive so quickly.
Horrible goddamn direction. That's awful, dude. No, eat my entire ass. The level of stupid that I just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This shit's...
Like, just how immediately he was so quick to start judging and then, like, start throwing, like... just straight up what I wouldn't say it's threats, but just vulgar towards. This is just kind of crazy. How's it going, Chad? Man, how you doing? What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope your vacation's doing well, man.
This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit. Then I dropped them.
So this guy, so they're trying to make an initiative to stop killing games at end of service. If you don't know what that is. That's where they take a game that's like online only. The King? The King mean? I don't know. What is the King? What you mean? King? I think you might be seeing something that I'm not.
Mask entirely. I have no qualms about that. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing.
There's a crown on... Oh! That means that... So, like, the crown thing is... It shows that you're the most active chatter. So, that means that you get a crown now for chit-chatting in chat, man. That's what that means. So you'd have to show up and show that you're first. And, like, keep chatting.
That sounds stupid as shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Ross and his community that are actually the assholes.
Make sure you hit the like button, bro.
Come on, you can't possibly be calling the wambulance with a side of French fries here about people being mean to you when you are literally the one that started the shit flinging and name calling.
Yeah, it's kind of it's impressive to me how he can humble brag all the time, but the minute that, and this is what really got me, is the minute he got through reading this, he immediately started like throwing like the most awful words that you could say at a, like it just kind of blew me away how quick he just took up arms to this.
never even addressed this for 10 months because he didn't want to dilute the initiative into just having it be boiled down to drama between creators, which I think was actually very big of him. The only reason he's talking about it now is because it's at the end of its life, and so many people still don't understand it because of someone like Pirate Software misrepresenting it. So he's finally setting the record straight there. Anyway, he did delete that tweet, but just a little while ago, he made a new tweet, a very long...
That's showing me that you're watching. It's weird. It says there's no viewers. Oh, nope, there went up again. Man,
there's a series of tweets under it in regards to this whole thing.
It's just kind of crazy how quick Pirate Software just immediately took up insulting the initiative and the guy who made the initiative, just how quick he took up to it and then like immediately he bared arms to it like so fast.
All these words, all this mumbo jumbo, not once does he say he was wrong about anything. In fact,
he doubles down. I think recently he even doubled down on it. He was like, yeah, no, I'm still right. You're still wrong. And he even like kind of had some pushback from, he even kind of pushed back on Charlie here as well.
Double down, even proudly stating he is doubling down.
Yeah, he tripled down.
Doubling down on things you are provably, blatantly wrong about. We don't need to hit the Jumbotron for the replay on yesterday's video going over so many of the things that he was incorrect about in regards to the initiative. But the point is, that is an issue that I really thought that he would address.
That's kind of crazy because with so many people talking about this, in a way, it's kind of his fault because people are starting to not like him. And a lot of newer people are starting to not like him, which is kind of where the spark hit and blew this whole thing out of proportion to the point where you have all these huge content creators talking about this and really kind of like condemning him for doing this.
I did get this part wrong. You're right, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to misrepresent it. I still don't fully agree with it, but I do recognize that I had
some... It's because he's getting backed into a corner by all these content creators. Everyone under the sun has reacted to this. PewDiePie, if PewDiePie reacts to something like this, man, like, you're kind of cooked.
That is not what we got. And it prompted me to reach out directly to him, to talk to him, to see, like, why isn't he
what's the negative?
Is there a reason? Like, what is going on?
And I'm going to say, I honestly think it's because he's looking at it from a developer standpoint, which is good. If a developer's going to get that mad over something like this is good. I can agree with this. Because there's nothing worse than spending money on a multiplayer game and then them, like Concord or Anthem, pulling it down. I know I've said this earlier, but like pulling it down and then not even giving you your money back for the game. You get nothing. You get nothing in return.
On there. So I did. He made it very clear he was not very happy with my coverage of Stop Killing Games, which is fine. I think that's totally fine. I'm not going to leak DMs or really go in depth on our private conversation, but the point of me reaching out to him was to talk about his refusal to acknowledge that he did, maybe unintentionally, misrepresent Stop Killing Games, and it led to a just shy of 2 hours, like, circular argument that ultimately got us nowhere. He was more focused on his qualms with Stop Killing Games and really liked to challenge me to prove him wrong about some of his hang-ups with it. And when I would mention, like, the behavior aspect, like, hey, you did misrepresent it, and I'd give him a timestamp, he'd then instead say how I'm wrong for thinking that he misrepresented it. We got nowhere. So I want to just publicly say this again.
Hey,
there are plenty of things you can disagree with when it comes to the Stop Killing Games initiative. I'll put links to it if you want to learn more about it, and you can form your own opinions on it if you want to support it. If you don't like it, that's fine.
Well, I will say that ever since they did this, ever since Charlie did this, it went from 300,000 to over 800,000. Or, 800,000. So, the thing is that the Europe needed 100,000, and I think we need 1 million signatures here in the US or wherever else it is. Europe got its 100,000 rights, so it's going to be pushed to legislation to see what their government's going to do with it. Us, on the other hand, we're still, I think it's us, I say us, it could be a different country, but we're still waiting to get more signatures.
That's super normal.
We need like 1 million and they're at 800,000.
That Pirate Software should become you know, a huge ambassador of Stop Killing Games, you know, out there on the fucking front lines fighting for it. It had nothing to do with that. It was simply about the misunderstanding that he showcased, maybe unintentionally. And
I think it was very intentional. I don't know how you keep doubling down with this. I mean, it's obvious that he's got his stand. There's one thing in life that the sooner you come to terms with, the better off you're going to be. You can't change stupid, just agree with it. That's all you can do. Just be like, okay, sure.
Misrepresentation of it that he broadcast.
And I'm not calling him stupid. I'm saying that his opinion on this is really stupid. It's dumb that he would immediately start bashing its creator, start bashing the initiative, but it's understandable why, because if he considers himself a game developer, this is like acid to skin for a game developer. Because there's nothing better than doing a quick cash grab on making an online game and then watching it fail miserably and then just collecting all the money and shutting the servers down. I mean, it's no different than a crypto coin. Like what that Hawk2A girl did. That's pretty much what they do. They make the game, even if it's poopy, they make more than enough to, you know, cash everything out and then they leave.
Again,
like a casino.
Which has, in turn, over the course of 10 months, misled people on what the fuck Stop Killing Games even is in the first place. Which I found to be a problem because he's never even acknowledged that as something that has happened. And because he refuses to acknowledge that, and anyone that even, like, tiptoes around that subject, he kind of treats as though they're fucking idiots, like me, for thinking that he's misrepresented something.
Yeah.
Now, he did just post a tweet where he said he talked to me and Josh Strife Hayes, and in that tweet, this will prove how useless our conversation was, unfortunately, there's not a single peep about misrepresenting what Stop Killing Games was about. It's more so about how the public just doesn't understand game development, and it kind of reads to me like we're all just too stupid to understand it from his side of things.
Well, it doesn't really matter if we understand game development or not. Like, anyone can tell what a scam is. Like, if you put money into something, you expect a product. But if you don't get the product, then you just got scammed. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not much of a justice person, but or a police person. I don't really know the law like that, but anyone with common sense can tell that that's a scam, right? Like, if you paid for a game and then you get the game and then they take the game away, then why did I pay for it? Why wasn't it free? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you pay for online skins and then the game hits end of service and they shut the servers down, well, I just got ripped off. And I tell you why they're scared to do this. It's because there's no laws against loot boxes or there's no law against these skins yet. I'm hoping one day I'll see the day where it happens. But these end of service games, all they got to do is shut the server down and they don't have to spend any more money on it. Now, and I say that because if they shut the servers down, and they have to give the code to people so that way they can run their own private servers, they're going to be the ones making money from that. And all the skins they want to buy, they could just wait for end of service and get them all for free. That's why.
Conversation basically amounted to toilet paper, unfortunately. Again, I was focused on, you have done this, maybe unintentionally, you should at least say that you have, or like, you know, are you aware that you did this? And then it became more of like, nope, I didn't. You're wrong. And then he uses our conversation at the start of this for something.
Yeah, if I was Charlie, I would have been more careful with DMing him. He's known for leaking DMs to make him look good. So you have to be careful when you talk to some of these content creators like this. It just
not even the focus. I was not there to try and convince him to be part of Stop Killing Games. I don't think we made any ground on like
no
his
one
perspective
did
versus mine on Stop Killing Games. He has some qualms about how difficult it would be in certain cases. I agree with that.
Well, it doesn't matter how difficult it would be. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be a consumer-friendly space. Like, that is what it's supposed to be, consumer-friendly. There are so many things, so many games now that are not consumer-friendly. They just want your money. They don't care. And then they're going to sit there and spit in your face when you call them out on something.
Sure. I still think overall Stop Killing Games is a net positive.
You know, now that I say that, I'm not surprised that he would ban people in his chat for telling him otherwise. That's exactly what a developer would do, isn't it?
Gaming industry where something desperately needs to change with a lot of these awful practices. But for the 10 millionth time in the last 2.5 hours, it was just about him having this awareness that his coverage did mislead people, and that he, maybe not maliciously or anything, misunderstood or misrepresented stuff.
Oh, he absolutely misrepresented it. He's never going to admit it, but he's going to die on that hill.
Was unacceptable. That at least made it into the tweet there about the way he talked about Ross being like a fucking used car salesman type deal and like calling everything about it ass. He at least recognized that that was too harsh. So he gave a quick I'm sorry for that, which is good. I do appreciate that, and I'm sure Ross will appreciate that as well, I imagine. But I still wanted to make this video after the conversation because I just really do not understand. I truly cannot wrap my head around why he fights tooth and nail coming for throats for anyone that tries to mention that there was misrepresentation in his coverage.
There
of the
absolutely was.
Initiative. He is so hell-bent on proving he's right and everyone else is wrong that's saying these things. I just don't get it. He's just treating it like...
He's treating it like a game developer would treat it. I mean, think about all the times that Concord, the developers, got in on like Twitch and Twitter and said, "Well, it's because you guys are misogynistic and racist and sexist." He's a game developer. He's treating everyone who isn't a part of his echo chamber like they're racist, misogynist, they're sexist, they're all these things, but at the end of the day, they're just gamers that are trying to give you pointers on how to not either speed run your YouTube career or make a good game.
Once in a generation galaxy brain that no one can possibly understand. All us plebeians are beneath him, and we're lucky that he even graces us with streams, and we're stupid for thinking that he did anything wrong here in regards to his coverage of Stop Killing Games and what it's actually about.
That's crazy to me.
So odd to me. Because if he would just come out and be like, yeah, you know what? Looking back on it, really reflecting, hearing what you guys are saying, I can see why this was so misleading for so many people. I didn't mean for it to be...
He was so quick to start bashing it, and that's kind of crazy.
This would not have been nearly as big of a deal as it has turned into.
Oh, no, it wouldn't have.
I went back and looked at some of his previous dramas, I suppose, and that is a common thread with pirate software. Like in World of Warcraft, he made a mistake, but he completely refused to acknowledge the mistake, and it made it a much bigger snowball into an avalanche for him.
That's exactly what happened with this.
He just has this inability to, like, accept that he can make mistakes. Like, he does things wrong sometimes, and he needs to recognize that it's okay to be like, yeah, I did do that wrong. You're right. I was incorrect in this. And it would save so much of a headache.
I think everyone is guilty of that. Man, you ain't human if you're not doing that. But what makes you more human and what gets more respect is when you own that. When you come out and say, you know what, I messed up. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll make sure that in the future, I'll make sure that I get all my ducks in a row before I start trying to plink them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of crazy. How, like, you can really tell a person what kind of person they are if they can own up to their mistakes. You really can. And ain't no amount of humble bragging that pirate software is gonna do that's gonna make up for this either.
Just comes across as a narcissist. He really does, unfortunately.
Oh, he is, absolutely.
I'm not an armchair Reddit psychologist here going to diagnose him as a narcissist or anything, but, like, that's what it comes across as. He just refuses to admit that he ever does anything incorrectly. It admits no faults of his own, ever. Except, I suppose, to Ross here, which maybe this is the beginning of a big character development for Pirate Software. He did apologize to Ross for how he treated him and what he said about him. I think that's great.
It's a start, I guess.
That same kind of energy for understanding where people like myself are coming from with your coverage of Stop Killing Games and why. It
just kind of blew my mind how quickly he was to, like, start throwing shade and shame. That kind of really blew my mind. Okay.
Here we are once again.
Tectone got banned again. Yet again.
Yeah, you saw.
I don't know why. I don't know how. I know that it was a week ago now, so he should be coming off of his ban.
I don't know what it is, but it's probably some over-dramatized title that my lovely editor put. But this is going to be a very serious video. So yeah, for the first time ever, our appeal
Was
got
rejected.
Yeah. Out of the...
What did he do?
They started tracking me in 2019.
My God, dude. This is just stupid. This is so stupid. This is ridiculous.
In March 20th, 2025, I get banned. I get unbanned after a day. This was for me telling a chatter to kill themselves. Fair. Banned April
Hey, at least he owns it.
26. I was banned for 2 weeks. Unbanned after 2 days because I appealed it. This was me for calling Frogan fat. June 5th, I was banned. Unbanned after 5 days after I appealed it, after they fucked up my appeal process for 5 days because I called Denims a whore because she had an OnlyFans. And now we've been banned again on June 25th.
That's crazy.
Because I told Denims, because she was complaining about being called a whore, I said, okay, well, if you don't want to be called a whore, then don't have an OnlyFans. And now I've been banned.
Are you kidding me? Is that real? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. They really banned him for that?
And for the first time ever, my appeal was rejected.
That is
now,
insane.
You're noticing a trend. My bans are getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah.
And now my appeals are being rejected. I once again said, how come I cannot explain to someone why they're experiencing hatred? The same woman who has accused myself of being a criminal, as well as many of my friends.
She said that he was a rapist on stream. That's what she said.
For being
now, last time I checked, being called a whore is way different than being called a rapist.
So I'm not using the word criminal to be a blanket statement with me being uncomfortable with what she accused.
It may not matter because if Ethan Klein's lawsuit with Denims falls through, she will get permanently banned off the platform for breaking the law, for breaking terms of service. So there's a good chance that her goose is probably cooked anyway. She's probably not going to be on much longer.
I'm just saying this because she has accused me of so many crimes, as well as my friends, of so many crimes that can ruin careers that there's too many to fucking count and recite. Now, here's the thing. I was warned.
The bias banning on Twitch has gotten so bad. It's just kind of crazy
about
how bad it's
2 to 3
gotten.
months ago that Twitch was going to permanently ban me. And I told you guys that Twitch was going to permanently ban me.
He did say that. He did say that he got an anonymous tip from somebody that he didn't say who it was, that they were going to try to get it permanently banned. And it's kind of coming more and more true as time wears on at this point.
Here's the issue.
And this matters, and you want it to matter. And I know that if you ever want to be a content creator, this will matter. If you have a platform that facilitates this kind of behavior, biasly banning and unbanning people, it's a problem. It's a huge problem. Massive problem. The fact that this is even allowed should be illegal. It's worse than any job site you could ever work at where you work with your supervisor is either racist or sexist. Simply because Tectone is telling the truth and he is defending himself, he continues to get banned because the owners of the platform don't like him. Well, that's not how it works. That's not how it should work at all.
I think they realized that if they were to flat out ban me, then it would look very, very, very sus. A guy.
Well, I think that what they're gonna do, because I think it only takes like 3 bans before you get permanently banned on Twitch. So they're just trying to find any little thing they can to get him permanently banned at this point.
No infractions whatsoever, and now they've permanently banned me. Wouldn't look good, would raise a lot of red flags, and would honestly probably turn me a martyr into Twitch, which, to be honest, is kind of already happening, because everybody knows what's going on with me. It makes no fucking sense. It's incredibly fucked up, and the only people who disagree are people with pre-existing negative biases who are most likely part of Hassan's orbit, and that is just the truth. Now, here's what I'm starting to get a little bit suspect of. Ban never happened, and I said, oh, they only banned me for a day. Okay, that's interesting. But now they banned me for 2 days. Huh.
Yeah,
now they banned me for 2 weeks. Weird. Now they banned me for a week, but my appeal was rejected, and I'm going to be banned for 7 days. So I've been banned for 1 day, then 2 days, then 5 days, then 7 days. I believe that I only have one other ban option left, which is 30 days. And after that, if I get banned again,
it's permanent.
I believe I'm going to be permanently banned. And there is some issues that comes with being permanently banned on Twitch. Now, there is not a problem with me being unbanned and never streaming on Twitch. Because what being permanently banned means is that if any of my friends ever stream on Twitch, I can never go on their streams ever again. I can never interact with pretty much anybody of the Twitch community. The same thing happened.
That is crazy.
To another guy by the name of Destiny. Another thing happened to another streamer called the name of Aiden Ross. And while I think it's flattering to be involved in the same naming circle as those two, I don't believe that I want to be permanently banned. I think that would definitely be a misplay. So I would like to say I am considering, once I get unbanned, ceasing all streams on Twitch.
That'd probably be his best play, honestly, in letting the... He doesn't have to cease everything. What he could do is just let the bans fall off and then start streaming again. I think it takes like 6 months to a year. They start falling off. I think that's his best bet, honestly.
This is why I want to do this. I'm considering this. I'm thinking about turning my Twitch platform into strictly where I do sponsors or some sponsors.
That's not a bad idea.
Twitch channel so they can't
I think he should. I think that's really smart. You can just do sponsors and then immediately log off after.
That's the other thing. Is I believe that if I get unbanned on Twitch and I don't even stream there, I actually do think that they might ban me anyways. For nothing. For off-site.
Yeah, because they can ban you also for off-site violations. Like if you get on Twitter and you post something, or if you do something on YouTube, or if you do something on Kick even, they can still off-site ban you. They have complete control of the platform and who is on it, which, like I said, is really bad.
Of TOS. Now, obviously, you guys know, being banned for 2 weeks for calling someone fat, being banned for merely explaining why someone's getting hate for being called a whore, is absolutely fucking outrageous.
It is.
Now, could you argue that I deserve the ban? Well, here's one thing that you can't deny.
Well, the thing is that if he got banned, then she should get banned as well. That's the thing. Is if you ban one person in the party, you have to ban the other party member as well. That's not...
I did not deserve the Frogan ban. And let me tell you why. Because the Twitch TOS strictly states that a person has expressed they don't like being called that word. And they've expressed that it bothers them and they choose to continue. What's crazy is Frogan has gone on record saying being called fat does not bother her. She says it's boring and unoriginal and she doesn't care. So what's crazy is I still got banned for 2 weeks via Brigade
that is crazy.
Community actively reporting me for something of which I should have never been reported that. Did you tell Twitch this? Yes. Yes, in fact, I did. So I am considering not streaming on Twitch altogether. I am considering deleting my account altogether. Now, that being said...
I mean, let's be honest here. Ever since he started, and this has been with a lot of content creators that have been Twitch exclusive, and even some that, even some that kind of weren't. A lot of them have started going to Kick and using YouTube to also stream, and they've been making almost 3 times the amount of money that they were ever making as an exclusive Twitch streamer. Twitch no longer gives exclusivity contracts to Twitch streamers. It's not something they do anymore. They stopped right around when Dr. Disrespect got banned off the platform for obvious reasons. Now, it is sad that the revenue that Twitch is bringing in from these content creators is massive. And it's very obvious that it's massive because they've been going to Kick and then making 3 times the amount of money with one stream that they would make in a month or streaming to Twitch. Now, with them going to other platforms and making more money, they're realizing that, oh, Twitch is not where it should be. And I feel like the more content creators that do multi-streaming, the better off everyone is going to be, because Twitch is just pocketing all that money and not giving it to its content creators. And it's been like that for so long now that some of these content creators, they don't know any better. They think that it's normal when it's not. And now they're making frivolous reasons to get banned. Like, not even, like, they want you to multi-stream, but they'll ban you if you put up, or if you say, thank you for your donations from a different stream, like Kick. Now, how does that make any sense? It's like they just don't want to pay you. They just want you to be on the platform, but they don't want to pay you. It's crazy.
What is currently holding me to continue streaming on Twitch? One, money. Money's nice. But the reality is that I'm not even kidding you, and this might seem staggering, I get about 5% of my income from Twitch every month. I make around $9,000 to $13,000 off of Twitch, which might sound like a lot. And trust me, it absolutely is. $13,000 is a fuck ton of money. But when you factor in that I make 120 grand off YouTube every month, and I'm already making 50 grand a month off of Kick with less viewers, and I make an additional 200 to 300,000 a month off of the sponsors I do every month. Well, now all of a sudden that 10K doesn't seem like much, especially when that 5% of my money is causing me a whole shit ton of grief. Now, I do believe that I have sufficiently milked the fuck out of this situation. Absolutely. I have milked the fuck out of it. I don't think there's a single person who hasn't heard of what happened between me and Twitch. It's been on every website. It's been on every social media channel.
And everyone covers it too.
Jasmine Gold, More Pegasus, Sensitive Society, Hassan, Denims, my enemies, my allies, everybody has been
It's just really sad that they can sit behind their chair streams and still laugh at Tectone because he's the only one getting banned, even though it's like Crossfire.
About this shit. And I am more relevant than I've ever been in my career because you know what people love? An underdog
Drama.
story.
Yeah.
They love it. I've gone from 800,000 subscribers to 1.01 million in the span of 2 months when I was stuck at 800K for 2 years. Hit trending multiple times, my streams and my videos alike, because now I have received.
If you like it to stream, hit that like button for me. It helps out with the views.
Was given to me because I'm sure if you're a new viewer, you have heard that I am the worst human being on earth.
They say the same thing about Asmongold. I know immediately if someone has seen Asmongold and actually stuck around for a stream, and who hasn't, because they'll come into chat, they'll immediately start trash talking Asmon and be like, oh, he does this and that, and I'm like, no, he doesn't. When did he do that? Like, go watch a stream. Just go watch one stream. One stream, that's all it takes.
I'm sure that if you're a new viewer, you've heard that I've committed atrocities, that I've killed people, that I've abused people, that I've manipulated people, that I'm a piece of shit, that I've backstabbed all of my friends, and I hold loyalty to no one, and I'm an absolute bottom-feeding piece of shit. And then you watch one of my videos, and you go, what the fuck are they talking about?
Exactly.
When I agree with like 90% of what this guy says. I understand what my controversial opinions are. I understand that my worst take right now is...
And that's how it is with a lot of these streamers. Like, you can know pretty quickly if a streamer is what they say. Just watch one stream. You may not even have to stick around for the full stream. Just watch a stream. One stream. Get a feel for it. Understand what's going on. Instead of automatically passing a bias. because you heard it from somebody you like to listen to. Maybe they're wrong. People can be wrong. It happens.
Is my stance on AI. I don't care. That's how I feel. It is what it is. And
If the thing with AI is if one person's not going to use it to put people out of business, another company will. You might as well be the company that's going to make that money.
I can't have an audience that can disagree with me. If a person says, I disagree with this one guy on this one opinion, I can no longer support him. I don't want to fucking have that person in my chat anyways. I do this shit to give my opinion. You give your opinion. We further each other's understandings, and maybe we grow a little bit.
There we go.
Tension is how coal turns to diamonds. That's the absolute truth. Now, my other worst take ever is that spoons are useless, but I digress. I don't feel like getting into that and rehashing that.
Oh man, I'm curious about that one.
This banning, what this Twitch putting me on the gallows and me coming back and me coming back and me coming back and me coming back, just like your mother does every night when I fuck, is that it's given me a second opportunity to really show
Bro, you can't,
who I've become,
man,
and how my content is presented in 2025. I'm very proud of the man who I am today. I love the fact that I've had to endure so much bullshit. A lot of things that people can't even fathom dealing with and still having
I mean, the first couple times he started getting banned, he did the multi-stream pretty quickly. Asman helped him out with that, which is probably the best thing, especially if your sole income is from Twitch. The last thing you want to do is put all your ducks in one like pot and watch them get boiled. Horrible analogy, I know, but the last thing you want to do if you're a content creator is stick to one platform. You want to branch out. Hell, even if you're not scared of being banned, branching out does wonders. Like, getting your name out there is the best thing you can do.
To go on and continue streaming. It reminds me a lot of other creators like Asmongold, for example, or Nuxtaku, who daily receive career-ending issues, people shitting on them non-fucking stop, and it rolls off their shoulder, and they say, anyways, I'm going to go live. I love this new era that we're all in, where cancel culture no longer exists. Now, let me explain to you why I can never be canceled. Now, number one, I've never done
You can only get yourself canceled. Dr. Disrespect is a great example of that. Bro even admitted on Twitter that he had conversation with an underage person, even though it was probably a 17-year-old, which is still underage in most states. They never specifically said that, but it was enough to get him permanently banned and go through a legal matter, and then also get him like temporarily banned on YouTube, but his monetization taken away. Now, with all that being said, what was I saying?
Cancelable. Now, number two, people sure do pretend that we're all in, where cancel culture no longer exists.
Oh, the only thing that gets you canceled is not pushing the live button, even after you're like, that's the thing. Doc kept streaming. He kept streaming even though he wasn't making money. He just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then he got his monetization back. The only thing that gets you canceled in cancel culture is yourself, by not going and continuing to do what you do. It's just people online that try to bully and manipulate you. The best thing you can do if you want to be a content creator, learn how to let that roll right off your shoulder. Let me tell you a trick that my mom told me. It goes in one ear, comes out the other, rolls off my ass, and hits the floor. That's the best way you're going to be able to do anything in life, even at a normal job. The last thing you want to do is ball your fist up and start a fist fight. You'll make everything 100 times worse.
Exist. Now, let me explain to you why I can never be canceled. Now, number one, I've never done anything cancelable. Now, number two, people sure do pretend that I've done stuff that's cancelable, and in their augmented sense of reality, I think
Aspen every other week has a new thing that's like on Reddit that's like, oh, you got to get him canceled. I think it's because every cancel culture has shifted to trying to cancel Aspen, and it's just making him stronger. The roach colony is continuing to grow.
But here's the
Because
reality.
people show up to the stream and they don't leave.
I don't do content with other people. I'm not worried about it. And if I do, they're all degens, so they don't care. Number 8, all my sponsors are in Japan and China, and they don't speak English. They say, "Oh, the fuck guy, he want to play my gotcha game. I do that now." And that's it. And I go, "Oh, okay, great."
Oh my god, that was the most racist thing I've ever seen.
Or
Bro,
I'll be reached out by
bro, you
the
can't do
American
that.
sponsors who are, to be honest, right-leaning, and they go, "Oh, this Tectone guy, one of the best streamers I've ever seen. To be honest, he really promotes freedom, everything America is about. I want him to be sponsored by my beef jerky. For the boys, it's delicious. Try it today. Use code Tectone. Love this guy with my whole heart. Tired
Oh my
of all
God,
these
dude.
blue-haired lesbians going after my boy. Please talk about our product." Absolutely. Would love that. Love Donald Trump. Great fucking guy. Personal friend. Personal friend. But you can't really do anything. Everything that people have said about me has already been falsified or is from 5 years ago and it's not really that deep. Yeah, guys, I had a divorce. Yeah, guys, I played Genshin Impact. Yeah, guys, I have a bitter ex-girlfriend that's trying to ruin my life.
It happens.
Do you want to say it again? Because I promise you, these guys didn't care the first time.
No.
And they're not going to care the 10th time. And you want to
No.
know why that is? Because the era of over-emotional responses and the era of brainless sheep following is becoming smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it's because they're finally being pushed into a corner. They're being pushed back into the box where they belong. All this cancel culture and all this DEI and all this crap that's cluttered gaming and cluttered the internet, it's all finally being restored back to where it was.
And we're entering the era of people who have attention spans, rational thought,
Yeah.
and the ability to make their own decisions based off of the factual information that's presented, not just because, well, this woman sure was crying, which means she's right. Yes, guys, unfortunately, we're in an era where far too many people have cried wolf.
Guess
Here's the
what?
positive.
Garden of Ban. I already played that. I'm not going back to
There's
that.
too many people who have cried wolf, which means less and less people are going to be fucked over by falsified information. Now, here's the con. Now real victims will not be believed. So you stupid fucking lesbians, you stupid fucking woke retards, congratulations.
So I'm not okay with that statement, the whole like lesbian thing. I think that there are some people that are just outspoken that need to be quiet. You'd be surprised how many people that are like that. They don't want to be known. They just want to do their thing. They want to be left alone. Not everyone who is like that is like what you see online. Funny enough, most of the people that are like, you know, pride rights and all that, most of them don't even like, they're not even into that. They don't even do it. It's mostly just Karens that are just ruining everything.
Congratulations.
Like, middle-aged, privileged white women, middle-aged, privileged white men trying to get in their pants. That's all it is. It's just one big cluster of garbo.
You have ruined the internet for everyone. Good job. The tolerant left sure made this place a whole lot worse, but I'll be real, just like COVID, nobody cares anymore, so it doesn't exist.
Yep, there it is.
So, I will most likely make an update video on this, but I am considering it. And I am very curious to test the waters. If I do not stream for 1 month after I get unbanned, will I get banned again, even while I'm not streaming? Because here's a little fact that a lot of people have not registered yet. All of these things that I've been banned for, 5 bans on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm not paying for any of those. They're too expensive.
3 of them have been done.
Like each one of those
The
is like
last
10
3
bucks.
Have been done.
I'd rather just play a free indie game. They're okay. They're just not. They're not worth $10 in my opinion.
While streaming on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Guys, do you want to deny the agenda? Why do you think I got banned only on Twitch while streaming to 2 other platforms, at a point 3 other platforms, where the 3 other platforms never had an issue with what I did, but then only Twitch had an issue with what I did. Why does only Twitch consider what I did unwarranted harassment, and the other 2 platforms didn't? The other 3 platforms didn't. And that's because whether you want to say I'm...
Well, he's biasly getting banned. I mean, that's obvious. They're banning him because they just don't like him. They don't want him on the platform.
Or not, there are some people on Twitch who really don't like me. And there are some people on Twitch who truly don't want
I remember
to see me
you.
succeed. But the reality is...
What you been up to? You've been MIA for a while, man. What you been up to?
For anybody who's sound of mind, I think everybody can smell a fucking rat. And Twitch, you will get what's coming to you. Maybe not soon, but eventually. And I can't wait for that to happen. We'll see what I decide when I get unbanned. And of course, I
think it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Yeah, move on from this, though. Move. Okay.
Those Ironheart reactions are in.
I don't know if you know about the Ironheart thing, but man, was it a dumpster fire.
If you don't like it.
Apparently the comic book wasn't well received either, so I don't know why they thought making a show about this or a movie about this was a good idea.
Think that this is them replacing Iron Man for like a diversity reason. Now, you might say that's not true. You might say that's not fair. You can say whatever the hell you want, but that's what people are going to look at, and that's what they're going to see.
Well, as anyone could have expected, the reception to the show has been abysmal.
It is a show,
I'm just
okay.
going to give you a sense of what we're working with.
Just to let you know, your girl finna be bigger than Jobs. Right. Bigger than Gates. Right. Bigger than Pym. Right. Bigger than Stark. Yeah. Combined. I need cash. Money. Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire?
And you at least as smart as that Tony guy,
But
right?
you can't use that as an excuse because he had a box of scraps and he was able to build the Iron Man suit. You can't use that. Literally, it doesn't work.
He contributed immensely to the field, so I won't roast Tony Stark off rip. I don't have $1 billion, and I can't compete without resources.
Ironheart getting more screen time than War Machine ever did is crazy. The
It
greatest
is.
thing about the show is it's actually being released. So it sure seems like a lot of people aren't liking the show. This is clearly piggybacking off of Iron Man. And so you are going to have people that are automatically distrustful because of that. If a story is really good and it's enjoyable, etc., you're not going to need to have it piggyback off of something else.
Yeah, that's
people
true.
Are automatically, like against it.
Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire?
Again. Oh, here you go. Here you go.
We've explored what you've asked us, and it seems as though there's a little hiccup. Actually, hiccup?
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave!
There you go.
What an infuriating and sad day. I guess all the baby oil...
All right, we got P. Diddy. P. Diddy on trial.
Because he was too slippery for the justice system.
It's all that baby oil, baby.
Believe it. They have now reached a verdict on all the charges, and he has been...
And I'm a strong believer in if the courts didn't find him guilty, guess what? He's not guilty. Now, will I say that he is malicious in his intent? Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Most likely. But at the end of the day...
the most serious ones. The Lord of Lube wiggles his way out of it somehow. Despite overwhelming evidence to support the allegations against P. Diddy about the decades worth of evil, criminal activities and actions he has done, terrorizing the music industry and so many individuals, it seems like the dawn of dildos is about to get away with a slap on the wrist. And maybe not even that much.
Oh yeah, no, he's not. I doubt that P. Diddy will serve a day in jail. I doubt he will. Even if he did, it'd be in like a rich prison.
Lesser charges, which could carry a maximum of 20 years in prison.
He's not going to serve
but
that.
I've completely lost faith in the system here. I have to imagine this is all just now horseradish and barnacles. I think he will probably just get away with like 6 months probation or some shit.
5 counts. We have a mixed verdict here. Again, count 1 as it relates to racketeering, not guilty. Count 2 as it relates to sex trafficking, not guilty. Count 3, guilty. Count 4, not guilty. Count 5, guilty.
Those 2 counts he was found guilty on, that was like Weenie Hut Jr. level charges compared to the rest. And it's
some of those were life charges. One of them was
extremely pleased to have been found guilty on versus the rest.
It does kind of leave a lot up in the air. Like, did he pay the jury and the judge? Did he pay people? Did he pay to silence people? You know, like, it does make you wonder, like, how deep the rabbit hole goes. How it all kind of fits together.
They were so happy, in fact, that reportedly P. Diddy even stood up and started clapping.
Yeah, there were people outside that started throwing baby oil everywhere.
Literally like a Tumblr fanfic. He stood up, started clapping, and then like his friends and family erupted into applause. Now the judge is considering what bail should be, and we move on to the next stage, which will be the sentencing for these 2 charges, which carry a maximum of 10 years each. He's not going to be seeing the maximum.
I doubt he's going to serve a day in jail. I absolutely 100% doubt it.
Probably won't even be seeing the minimum. They might just let him walk away with being forced to play League of Legends solo queue for like 2 months or something, and that'll be his punishment. It is such a fucking joke what just happened here. I actually still can't believe it. It is sickening. So I truly wouldn't be surprised if he just
No, it's because he's rich. Rich people don't go to jail, man. Didn't you know that? It's America.
From this, and I guess we can expect the grand reopening of Puffy Flavor Camp. Everyone out there, sleep in fear. Make sure you're sleeping on your back, because if you sleep on your stomach, P. Diddy might just break into your house in the middle of the night and shove a dildo up your ass. It is still just so fucking unbelievable to me. I thought this was dead.
I mean, you can say whatever you want. There's 2 kinds of people that don't go to jail, and if they do, it ain't the same. Old people, rich people. They don't go to jail. And if they do, it's not the same. 100%.
To rights. Not only because of the overwhelming
Welcome to America.
Evidence, but also his team wasn't exactly a cohesive unit. Like, not that long ago, one of his big lawyers quit, saying he could no longer, under any circumstances, represent him, serve as a...
And you know why? Because the stuff that he was reading was outrageous. It's the same guy that did Osama bin Laden's case. So you know that if it took him that to walk away, there was some bad stuff in there.
Member of his council. And somehow they were still able to squeak a win out from between P. Diddy's greased butt cheeks here. I don't know.
I wonder if it bubbles.
Promise like freak off. Invitations to the jury.
He's got all that baby oil, man. None of them charges sticking.
No clue. I don't get it.
You know he's gonna be making that joke.
I understand how this just happened.
It's a mixed verdict, but it is.
It happened because he's rich. It's one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, other than like maybe Elon Musk. He's not going to jail. He was never gonna go to jail. Did you really think they were gonna lock somebody that rich up? Fuck no. Man, you got a better chance of him getting shot. Hold on now.
Victory for the defense. The Mann Act. These charges.
They were gonna put that man in jail.
Prosecutors to prove the lowest.
Even if you thought for a second he was gonna be put in jail, you're crazy. There's no way they was ever gonna lock up P. Diddy.
Fruit merely required.
And I'm not a P. Diddy fan. I'm just telling you, rich people in America don't go to jail. They don't. They just don't go to jail.
That
jail's reserved for poor people and people of different colors. That's how it is. As fucked up as it is, as racist as it sounds, it's the fucking truth. And that's the sick part about it.
Were crossed for the purpose to engage.
It's meant for people like me who are poor. It's meant for people like a lot of people that just don't have the money to get out. That are barely working paycheck to paycheck, like most people are in America that are not the 1%. It's not meant for rich people. People like that don't go to jail. They pay their way out of it.
We saw a lot of evidence on these charges. Did not have that element, Laura, of force, fraud, or coercion. And this carries the lightest sentence of these charges. It is
bet
a
it does.
maximum of 10 years. And keep in mind, when you're talking about maximums, maximums aren't the rule. They are the exception. They're for the most exceptional and severe cases. So now you're talking about a sentence that's potentially in the lower range with time served because he's been behind bars.
Yeah, again, he's definitely not seeing the maximum penalty.
He's not going to see anything.
I would be.
I doubt he will spend one day in prison.
The
or
minimum.
in jail in
My
general.
guess would be, and of course I haven't passed the bar, so this is just fucking Neanderthal spitballing. My guess would be they'll weigh the time served behind bars throughout this case as like you've learned your lesson, and wiggle their finger, don't do it again, and give him some really light punishment, very light sentencing. And then when he's out on bail or full-blown walks free, I imagine baby oil will go extinct. And I predict that there will be a freak-off the likes of which the cosmos has never seen. It'll be filled with so much degeneracy that it will give birth to Slanesh in the warp in real life. It's going to be a Warhammer 40k event. It's just so fucking despicable, man. It really is.
The fact that these sex trafficking charges, specifically with respect to Cassie
That's crazy.
Ventura,
That's
means that
actually
the
crazy.
jury was convinced by the defense, at least with respect to reasonable doubt, that the commercial sex, i.e. the freak-offs, were not connected.
Now, it does kind of hurt the people that are trying to sue him, because from what I understand is that he had text messages of them consenting, and this is what kind of rubs me the wrong way, is that after they did it and they wanted to take him to court, their excuse was it was because they were scared of how much power Diddy had. And, like, that's not a reason to call someone a rapist. Just because you don't know how to say no and you say yes, you gave consent. Like, it's in text messages. It's now him beating the shit out of her, obviously that's wrong. Any kind of like forced anything, but like when you have text messages that are saying that, you know, they consented, I mean, like, Jesus Christ, is nothing sacred anymore. Although, like, I doubt anything this man did is ever going to be considered sacred. Bro's a freak. But
connected to some
and now, do I think he should go to jail? Absolutely. Bro should be sitting in jail for life. Will he? No.
Violence,
he won't serve a day.
Not that force, fraud, or coercion element. That is by far, from a penalty perspective, the most serious. It carried a 15-year minimum. So that is a huge distinction.
Really feels like if you've got enough money, somehow a lot of those very serious, very well-documented things just never really seem to stick in court for some reason. It's so weird how that works. It's so odd how we see that happen so many times.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Something seems a bit fishy there. From everything I've seen from a couple of lawyers discussing it, the big thing here seems that the RICO charges weren't conveyed well enough for the jury to understand.
Oh, I'm sure.
It could have been, like, difficult in the first place as a potential overcharging on P. Diddy.
You see, like, and then it to boot, I'm sure they got, like, random people off the street to do this trial. They should have gotten, like, I feel like in cases like this, they should have gotten a jury of judges. A jury of actual judges would have done way more than whatever people they had sitting in the jury.
So that was like an uphill battle. Obviously, I don't understand all the new...
So that way, they couldn't throw shit out of court like this. When you've got a jury of judges, it's not hard to understand whenever you're a judge. You understand it.
To how that shit works in court, like how it all shakes down, the fucking Rube Goldberg machine that is arguing RICO charges. I'm not Saul Goodman. But outside of that, the lawyers also expressed how stunned they were that he was found not guilty on the sex trafficking by force and coercion.
Yeah.
It seems like, at least from the lawyers that I've read and watched from, they were also very surprised that somehow the jury wasn't convinced on those.
That's crazy.
That one really did seem like a pretty big slam dunk in the case. Like, at least most sane human beings would think so, but somehow...
It's all that baby oil, man. The charges aren't going to stick. He's got all that baby oil.
it didn't stick. Somehow it didn't shake out that way. To be found not guilty on those is baffling. Actually baffling.
It's not really that crazy to think about. It's really not. I mean, like, Bill Cosby died outside of jail. I mean, rich people don't go to jail, man. They don't go to jail.
And reading the chat, it will make you lose all possible faith that there's real people online. There are so many people that are elated, celebrating that P. Diddy is free, and saying he should go as far as suing the government for the charges they brought against him. Unironically, I saw someone donate.
Diddy's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's just going to take his victory and he's going to go on and do his thing.
Does P. Diddy have a
we probably ain't going to see P. Diddy, if ever, for a minute. Bro's going to disappear. I guarantee you, P. Diddy going to get out. He's going to disappear.
Government to sue them for this?
Bro is so rich, he's got his own island. He's got a 2-star island.
Shit. What? I don't know how so many people have been poisoned by stupidity. Like an action. There must
It's not poisoned by stupidity. They were paid off. Let's be honest here. You really think someone with that much money couldn't give each one of them $1 million? Even a couple mil? Hell no, they got paid off. You don't even need the whole jury. You just need a little bit more than half. And you getting off scot-free. You can even pay the judge.
Some kind of hole in the ozone layer that's letting pure concentrated stupid come through. And it is just destroying neurons at an alarming rate. Such an unfortunate outcome. There's a lot of people that are now going to need to be looking over their shoulder here with this P. Diddy verdict. One of them being a bodyguard who said if P. Diddy walks, he's going to need to go into hiding. I think that's not an exaggeration.
No, I don't think it is either.
In order to stay alive. This is a dangerous man with an extreme.
No, he is. He's absolutely dangerous, and he has an insane amount of knowledge and like stuff to black. Hell, he probably didn't even have to pay any of these people. He probably blackmailed the majority of them.
Recorded history of horrible shit he has done. Who is now getting let off very easily here. Now, if you're a sane, sensible person, you're probably pretty angered by the outcome, but we don't live in a world where everyone's sane and sensible. There is a not small group of people, the Free Diddy drones, that are very, very pleased. They're very excited.
Yeah. Remove this one. Remove this one.
You know, like that's what really like.
This is the same
This is one of the girls that Ethan Klein is suing.
Said I killed my mother. The amount of sympathy that I have for this, 0. You get what you fucking deserve.
Yes, this is the same girl that said that Asman killed his mother.
Ethan W, huge Ethan W.
Me like so freaked out.
That's right.
And I know people are gonna be making fun of me for this.
I'm not making fun of you for it. I'm just saying that you deserve it. You deserve it. By the way, if you didn't deserve it, you wouldn't have gotten served.
And I'm just so fucking tired. Tired of constantly being harassed by this shit, you know? Like,
Well, maybe you shouldn't have, called a campaign that ended up leading to CPS getting called on Ethan Klein's kids, huh? Maybe you should have taken the message and backed off whenever you
other people.
There you go.
3 or 4 months, I've really just been like, I just want to focus on myself, and I want to focus
you poor
on my
thing,
community.
you poor child of Satan. Well, don't worry. Whenever you get banned from Twitch after Ethan Klein takes all your money, you'll have plenty of vacation time.
You want to focus on yourself and your community, so you actively lead harassment campaigns against multiple people to get them deplatformed, misrepresent them, and call them rapists, but you just want to focus on being positive in your community? No, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. It's so obvious.
What's crazy is the minute that this all blows over, if nothing happens to her, she's gonna go right back to what she was doing.
Be one of those people who's just a breath of fresh air.
Fresh air? Was it 42 times?
Man, that's a fucking smoke plume.
Like that.
You breathe that in and you go.
more than she spoke.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
You said it's just been such a fucking struggle. I'm just so fucking tired. It's like you don't get a lot of support.
I just woke up.
You know, Asmongold's community, Tectone's community is now claiming.
That's right. You shouldn't have talked shit about me. What do you think? I'm a target dummy?
I mean, like, you can't just go around talking shit about everybody, then it's gonna backfire. Like,
I'm supposed to just take it? And also, I barely even talk about you. The only time I think about you is whenever you're talking about me.
There you go.
Tectone is going to sue me for defamation.
Oh. Remember how I said I thought it was going to get worse?
Wait.
oh damn, so Tectone's suing her
We've
too.
got Casey Tron asleep in the bottom right. Okay.
Damn.
She's reacting, guys. Guys, she's reacting.
Is that real? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. She's supposed to be she's asleep in the bottom right? Are you kidding me? Oh, that was only a matter of time. There's no way, dude.
The amount of sympathy that I have for this? 0.
What the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
Those morals. Like Ludwig goes and pulls up my chat to try
God
to make me
dang.
You're getting this brought up because you try.
All right, here we go.
Hi there. I'm a soulless corporate CEO.
The Act Man.
And today,
go ahead, leave him a like, comment, subscribe to his channel. He's awesome. The Act Man on YouTube.
Is a gamer not entitled to the contents of this?
This is what it's all boiling down to. When you buy a game, and this is really, really a good example, is Nintendo's game system now for the Nintendo Switch 2. When you buy a Nintendo Switch 2 game, it is a cartridge with a code that gives you access to the game from the internet. It is a key. The physical copies of Nintendo Switch 2 games are not even physical copies, they are digital downloads. That's a problem.
Disc? No. Do you like owning things? Are you
Stop killing games is what's gonna cause this to stop.
Of the time you spend working for a paycheck to be able to afford basic comforts,
right?
Like entertainment? Well, that's too bad because I'm here to steal all of that from you. You will own nothing and be happy.
Yep.
Yes, this includes your precious video games. We're gonna keep killing them, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Psych! Soldiers, get set for a combat drop, okay? New major order just came in from command. Our mission is to stop killing games. You fucked up my face. This is part of the Stop Killing Games initiative, and just in the last 3 days, this initiative has gained over 100,000 new signatures.
Yay! Go sign that petition, it's great.
Blinds, deploy the garrison! And its entire goal is game preservation. Now, we have until July 31st to get all of these signatures, and I think we can get it done. Stop Killing Video Games is an initiative as straightforward as those 4 words.
As a refresher, Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement to stop publishers from effectively destroying video games they have already sold to customers.
There you go. That is very simple. Very simple. And I know that he doesn't really have, this guy, he doesn't have good ways of, like, describing what they should do instead. But that's not the goal. The goal is to get this higher up. It's to get the governments, plural, talking about it to stop this from happening.
This movement was started by a channel called Accursed Farms and a creator who goes by Ross. He has been hard at work promoting something that benefits all of us.
Yep.
If you buy games, play them, or even if you do neither, and you only watch someone stream games, this affects you. But now is the time for any passionate gamer to throw their full support behind this. He recently posted an hour-long video detailing basically the start and the end of the entire movement. It's a really good watch. I'll have it linked in the description and pinned comment, but I'll let Ross sum up.
The quick legal argument is that the vast majority of games with an online requirement say they can be terminated at any time for any reason.
And that's in the terms of service. See, what these games seem to think is that their terms of service can stop them from legal action. Guys, just because you set up a user agreement that breaks the law doesn't make you above the law. It just makes you liable for not only what the user would do, but what the law would do.
Or Blizzard likes to say any or no reason. That might be a violation of Directive 9313 EEC, which protects consumers against unfair terms and
That's a European law. So Europe is already ahead of consumer protection laws. US has none, from what I can tell. I mean, there are some. We are seriously hurting with our consumer protection laws, even with food. There is so much crap in our food that is completely banned and illegal to even have in other countries, but it's in our food.
contracts. So if that term is unfair, that means that part of the contract is null and void. And if it's null and void, then what does the law say about how long your purchase lasts? Well, it doesn't. That's the whole mess.
What a horrible, evil man. Can you believe the nerve of this guy?
And it's crazy that he sat here and tried to explain all of this, and then Pirate Software immediately was so quick to shut it down and talk trash about it, and him even so aggressively and so quickly.
Wanting to save all of us some money? Has this guy even considered the various multi-billion-dollar corporations? We're lucky enough to just be able to buy their products, don't you see? And they should be allowed the freedom to destroy our products whenever they want for any reason at any time.
Blizzard says they can take away your purchase for no reason. Our problem is those terms are so hostile to consumers and the medium that they should be taken off the table entirely.
I agree.
It is something so...
Like, if the game is free, I could kind of sort of understand it. But whenever you have to buy an online-only game, there is no reason why they should just be able to cancel it. I'm sorry. If you want to cancel the game, you want to discontinue the game, give us the money back. Either give us the money back or release the code.
So uncontroversial, normal. It's surprising how few people are open critics of this movement.
It's because they don't know. They saw Thor or Pirate Software react to it and immediately shut it down because they had no idea what it was. They just, the streamer they watched immediately started thrashing it and trashing it, and they never actually looked at what it was supposed to be.
At least one.
Oh shit, now this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit.
But like the creator...
immediately started bashing him.
...of Stop Killing Games, I don't want this video to just be a drama video. Especially when something much more important is at stake. Just be patient.
Oh, dang.
Pirating some software soon.
Oh!
Before we get into that, all you need is One Punch Man. A series that just collabed with the sponsor of today's video, Crystal of Atlan, a magic punk MMO ARPG. Embark on the experiment, and what this really is a battle for consumer rights. Do you consume?
And that's the issue. Is that it's not just about games, it's about everything. These companies have so many bad consumer rights, like policies for consumers. They want us to give them our money and take nothing in return. That's what it boils down to.
Do you love consuming? Obviously, this is one of the least controversial things that has ever happened in the worldwide gaming community. And I truly mean that. You could not come up with a more inoffensive movement if you tried.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can try. Are you in favor of the Stop Slaughtering Baby Seals with Machetes movement? Are you against that?
This is shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
And I encourage everyone.
Oh my god, dude, that is so out of context. It's not even funny. Oh my god.
In the UK and is
that's out of context, bro.
Sign the initiative. That will also be linked down below. Let's get it done. Looking at you, France and Germany.
This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Remember your training and fight. Put together
Yep, that's right. That's a good example. not Starship Troopers, I'm so sorry, Helldivers 2. Whenever Sony decided to make it to where you have to sign into Sony, but whenever you do that, now you have to pay for Helldivers 2, even though it's an online-only service. Whenever they did that to PC players, Sony PlayStation Plus is not acceptable in some countries. You can't have Sony. Sony's banned in some countries. And those players weren't able to play anymore. These kind of initiatives in these bigger countries like the US help filter out problems like that to smaller countries. And a lot of people don't understand that. But if you can get it passed in Europe and then in America, it changes how games are developed altogether as a whole. So, you know, if you can hit the wider audience based on how your game is made, it'll filter how it's made to the smaller audiences, like other countries. So that's why this is such a big deal.
I must commend...
Like, if you banned loot boxes in America, the chance that they're going to have loot boxes in a game is very slim, because the US audience is such a massive key role in a lot of these games' development.
Congratulate Ross. Getting over 600,000 people to click a document and sign it is no easy feat.
No, it's not.
All, getting 600,000 gamers to agree on something.
On anything.
The last time that many gamers agreed on anything, it became the most downvoted Reddit comment of all time. So, Ross, I think you are well within your right to enjoy this moment of pride and accomplishment. The reason this initiative is being pushed forward in the European Union is so it can open negotiations for companies to become legally obligated to preserve their games in some way.
Yep.
Or, at the very least, allowing consumers to preserve the games. The point is this...
Yeah, the thing is like, if you make an online-only game, it forces them to either make sure that it stays live, or it gives it to the consumers. Because they paid for it.
Pro-publisher. It leaves that choice up to the publisher. They have multiple options. It's really such a convincing argument, even if you are on the side of, like, game publisher, corporate executive type guy. As seen with The Crew, publishers like Ubisoft are fine with abruptly shutting down their games.
Oh yeah, no. That's what really kind of frustrates a lot of people. Like, if you got into Concord, you paid for the game and they just shut the server down after like a week, and it's like, well, you paid for it. It was a paid service that you had to pay for in order to play it. The least you could do is give the money back.
Functionality and offering no recourse for people who want to play that game, maybe now, maybe somewhere down the line, and then offering no recourse for the player.
Is this good for the player?
And here's the phrase that really scares corporations, okay? Make sure you don't repeat this anywhere, okay? It's very offensive, all right? If buying isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing.
There it is. A lot of people are returning to piracy. A lot of people. Because if you pay for a service and you don't get to own it, then why pay for it? There it is.
It's important to note that Stop Killing Games is not retroactive. It is not unreasonable. It would not force every developer to turn on the servers for every dead game and keep them running indefinitely. Who's gonna do that for our boy Concord? Is the team that made MAG...
Exactly.
Do I have MAG? I fucking do. Is the team that made MAG gonna have a high school reunion? This might actually be like a completely dead game. Is this playable in any...
2014, the online servers for MAG were shut down. That's crazy. I was so I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked whenever because Anthem's development team shot its own foot off. But I actually kind of enjoyed Anthem. It's one of the only online games that I think was probably the best, well-rounded game I've ever played, as far as online only. It was just so lame. It was so boring, though. It had a lot of potential, but it was just so boring.
In the comments, PlayStation Move? What the fuck? And you could make a whole ass video on why video game preservation is important. But let me just give you a personal example. There's a game called Command & Conquer Renegade, which,
Yep,
as
Command &
far as I'm
Conquer.
aware, nothing even comes close to its concept. It mixes RTS mechanics with first and third person shooter fundamentals.
That's crazy.
It would have been an utter tragedy if, when the GameSpy servers shut down, the game went with it. And here's where things are getting weird, because now I'm gonna give EA some props too. In a rare example of EA doing something good.
EA over the past few years, man, they have been just shitting the bed. Ooh. Oh, let me use the bathroom real quick. Hold on. Oof. Bathroom. I'll be back. I'll be right back. It does actually amaze me because, like, EA has mostly been online only for so long now. Like, all of the sports games are like online. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be technically completely online. There are solar single player aspects of it, but the single player aspects of it going into the multiplayer experience means that as long as the game exists, it has to be playable. So it would really change the dynamic of a lot of games.
They have allowed a team of passionate fans to resurrect Command & Conquer Renegade with their own free-to-play mod, Renegade X. You know, video games are a great escape for people, and there's something comforting knowing that one day, you know, you can go back and play something that you did years
ago. And this goes for a lot of older games too. This isn't just newer multiplayer games. This is supposed to revitalize a lot of things.
Game preservation is important, and it's not just for random niche games.
Yeah.
Here's a list of some popular games that are all at risk of being destroyed at some time in the future.
Yep.
The Stop Killing Games movement sees any of these being destroyed as a problem, and they're exactly the kinds of games that would start being protected if the initiative passed.
There's no way to be against the Stop Killing Games movement
unless you're pirate,
pro-consumer or pro-gamer. And if it ain't pro-gamer, then I'm a big hater. Stop Killing Games was stuck around 400,000 signatures for months. And
but it all centered on Pirate and his immediate bashing of the guy that made it and of the initiative. That's what sparked it. That's what sparked the outrage and got him even more hate. Because like I said in the other one, you can sit here and humble brag on your stream all you want, buddy. But at the end of the day, they see what you're doing.
All hope was lost. Until now.
Yep.
Who deserves credit for this sudden resurgence?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Mr. Software. Now, unfortunately, Ross had done just about everything he could think of to push to get those 1 million signatures. And this guy is one hell of a diplomat. Very nice demeanor, passionate about games, doesn't really show any malice, hatred, contempt towards publishers or anyone. In fact,
even whenever Pirate was bashing him, he made a video that broke down everything that he had said. It kept every bash that that Pirate had bashed him on out, and talked about the points and showed the points in the document that you can go and sign. And it's just crazy.
Hard pressed to find anyone that could actively dislike a guy like Ross. let alone publicly.
Okay, I really don't want to do this next part, but it's become a liability for the campaign for me not to. Our biggest critic by far is YouTuber
Pirate.
and streamer Pirate Software.
Yep.
If your only exposure to Stop Killing Games has been this video, then you've been misinformed. This video is by someone who does not
I remember
understand the
seeing that.
campaign, has been trying to stop it, and has been making up what it is about.
Let's get scurvy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get scurvy. Pirate Software has been the most vocal, outspoken critic.
Negative. He's been absolutely negative. He, like, you can say that you don't like something, but when you bash it, that's different.
Killing Games movement. Not only that, he has stated that he is actively seeking to convince people not to sign the initiative.
This is shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
That's just wrong.
That is awful. That is horrible.
Pirate Software has carefully crafted this persona of being a deep-voiced pro-gamer, pro-hacker, former developer.
Humble bragger. He says it only like 20 times a stream.
The everyday Cyberman. But most recently, some cracks have started to emerge.
Which I dipped up out of there long before he started doing all this.
Notoriously being his epic roach out in a hardcore WoW classic clip. In this heartbreaking moment, Pirate Software abandons his team, his sense of duty, and roaches out. Every man for himself, intentionally sabotaging his own efforts to assist his team.
This actually ended up leading to him getting kicked out of the squad, or the I wouldn't say party.
Wasting mana on max level spells.
I don't know what they call it in World of Warcraft.
He fucked up.
Yeah, no, he fucked up. He fucked up big. He just abandoned the entire party. Dude, there's something wrong with you if you just abandon the party. Like,
that's okay.
In any game. And I get that it's like a hardcore, so if you die, you die, but like, it's just no. Just no.
Say you're sorry, admit you fucked up, and help them grind back up the ladder. This is when the masks started to fall.
Oh, yeah.
My personal favorite quote from this.
And I kind of started noticing that he had problems because he would always be like, well, if you're playing a multiplayer game, fuck single player people that want to play in a multiplayer game. And it's like, wouldn't it benefit your game to have people that want to single player and multiplayer it? Why stick with one range of audience? Like, wouldn't it be like smart and better to have like a wider range of people? Like, as a developer, isn't that like what you would strive for, is to pull in as many people as you can?
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
If you were writing a narcissistic character, this is the perfect catchphrase.
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
Brother, help me!
What am I supposed to do for you?
Hey, Matt, can you pass the salt? What am I supposed to do for you? So this kind of turned him into a lolcow because he made obvious mistakes and then pretended like he didn't. It's kind of weird, dude. But then it started to get weirder. You see, Pirate had been up to some other shenanigans, including filing a DMCA takedown on an indie game that he thought used his voice and likeness. It's a fucking meme game called Idle Streaming Bonanza. It's a game that includes many streamers and basically just pokes fun at all of them. The thing of it is, there was no active build of the game with Pirate Software's voice. So when
That's crazy.
Filed the DMCA, he filed it maliciously and incorrectly.
See, that's the biggest problem that would get YouTube and a lot of content creators in a lot of trouble. When you just start filing DMCAs on every video that you see, that would cause the entire platform to change pretty much overnight.
First time we've dealt with someone who
that seems to be the new thing, because it's very malicious and it's very intentional and it's very disgusting and wrong to just go around filing DMCAs. Like, if you want to have someone to take down a video or get rid of a certain part in a video, like, I'm gonna say this now, like, you can DM me. I won't react to your videos anymore. And this goes for any content creator. Like, just DM me, dude. Link is down in the description to Discord. Link is in the chat. You know, send a private DM, be like, yo, take your stuff down. Be like, all right, cool, I got you. But when you file DMCA, dude, it's just wrong.
luckily,
especially if the DMCA is wrong. Like if you just do it maliciously and it has no actual like leg to stand on, it's just disgusting.
Attorney is on vacation. Pirate was completely in the wrong, and I think it says something about a guy whose first reaction to learning his voice has been used in a video game that is essentially just a shitpost is to immediately try and take it down.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
We're going to take you to court. You're going to lose. You cannot use somebody's likeness or voice in any way inside of your games without their permission. Welcome to the Finding Out timeline, bud. What am I supposed to do for you?
We're all on the internet. We all get made fun of on here.
As much as you're angry right now, of course I ran. Yeah, no, he was doing it maliciously and using my voice.
Oh, get out of here.
And this post has...
Oh, he was the roach.
27. What the creator of this game had done is just posted a clip on Reddit of what it would be like if Pirate Software was in the game.
And the only reason I'm fighting this is because he's removing my game from Steam when he's not on it. That's the issue I have with it. All the other issues I'm fine with.
Like, Pirate Software didn't even bother to check that he was actually in the game, or, I don't know, respond to this post and say, hey, can we talk? Can you take...
No, because he's a hill dyer. He finds hills. He finds a cross, and he wants you to staple it. He wants you to nail him up on his cross. That's what it really boils down to. It's all about him and his single universe. He's got that single player syndrome. You know what I'm saying? He's the main character syndrome. That's what it is.
Like, he just went hard straight to DMCA.
Oh, yeah, no.
Put up on Steam and show that my voice is going to be in it. And that's it.
But ever since that WoW clip, people have been going back and uncovering some things.
Yes.
Now, Ross, in his video, highlights every YouTuber and gaming news outlet that has covered Stop Killing Games. And he determined that Pirate Software's coverage was the most viewed. And it was 2 videos full of lies. Just blatant...
No, it was absolutely, like, lies. It was. The breakdown video is crazy.
And its goals, even going so far as to say the complete opposite of what was literally on his screen.
If you try to tell me that every studio needs to run their live service game indefinitely or not want to run one at all, then no one's going to run them.
Oh no! He wheeled out that line about publishers having to support the game forever. He was literally watching the video earlier where it says it won't do that in big letters.
What the initiative would not do, require publishers to give up intellectual property rights, require publishers to give up source code, require endless support.
That wasn't enough. We just can't stop gamers from going there, even when we spell it out. I admit, guys, this part hurts. To see the big...
It is kind of like a slap in the face, I'd imagine, for him. I really do feel for the guy.
On this issue, get it wrong again and again and again, then put that same wrong information on blast to a far bigger audience than we can reach. It hurts.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand what we're asking for.
Look, it's one thing to disagree with a movement for whatever reason.
It's another, like, he bashed it. He absolutely 100% bashed it, even to the point where he apologized to him for bashing it.
Ask questions and seek clarification to make sure you should throw your support behind this thing, right?
Exactly.
Thankfully, Ross has done such a thorough job that any and all questions any reasonable people have, he has.
And play some games. Probably at the end of this video, we could probably start playing some games. We at the 3-hour mark.
Taken a firm stance against Stop Killing Games. He has said he will actively try to make sure it doesn't succeed. This is generational hating.
Eat my tires. This shit sucks. That's a really stupid ass move. That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass.
Actual villain type shit. But maybe that's exactly what we needed. We needed a bad guy to help galvanize us out of our fucking gaming chairs.
It's crazy how he bashed that
if you watch
initiative the way he did. I don't understand what's going on with him now. But maybe it's like a amalgamation of all the hate that he's been getting. and the lack of views, I mean, I would be pretty stressed out myself.
How Pirate Software talks, it's pretty clear who the aggressor is.
Yeah.
Who is the dick.
This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit then. I drop the mask entirely. I have no qualms about that.
There it is. There it is right there.
Posted this. What am I supposed to do for you? Just stop killing games? Would you believe Pirate Software blocked me after this? So Pirate has
I'm not
admitted that
surprised.
He has been ignoring
No, he's got a huge echo chamber. He just wants people to say what he's saying.
this issue
And because of that, he's lost over half his viewership.
Information he spread for 10 months until he posted one of those "I ain't reading all of that" type tweets. For some reason, he deleted this. Let's read to see if we can find out why. I put out 2 videos disagreeing with your initiative 10 months ago and haven't talked about it since. Now, your initiative...
It's kind of crazy that he thinks that the time frame is what matters. Like, he is aware that when you post something online, it's terminal, right? It's there forever. It's not going away. It doesn't matter how long ago it was.
Blaming me for 33 minutes of the hour-long video covering it. You have no mana left, accursed farms. What was I supposed to do for you? Your community is out in force, shitting up our streams and socials with hate messages, threats, and worst of all, snide comments. Dear God, please, no.
Oh no. You know, there's an old saying that goes, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Congratulations, you're an entertainer now. On YouTube, on Twitch. You're gonna have people that are just gonna be mad at you. It happens. If you can't handle the heat, step out of the kitchen.
No, not the snide comments. Anything but that. Waterboard me all you want. Just don't post snide comments. Okay, but look, Pirate, you have unresolved software. You got a bunch of shit wrong, and you misinformed a ton of people on a movement that is beneficial for gamers. So just come out and correct yourself. In fact, I'll give you an out right now. Say that you became the villain that Gotham needed.
Why is he running, Dad?
Because we have to chase him.
Okay, we're going in.
You secretly support this movement, but you wanted to create someone, a persona that could galvanize people to be in opposition to you. This is your out. This is your out. Because if you don't own your...
Well, he's got to figure something out. He's in deep water.
Mistakes will own you.
That's
I do
right.
want to point out him saying your initiative has failed, not it's failing or it's in trouble. Losing support. There's a lot of ways you could have said that, but you chose the definitive, your initiative has failed.
But the thing is that as of all this drama around it, it has passed. The European version has enough signatures. It's going to be looked over by the actual government. Ours hasn't yet, but it's only like 200,000 away.
Almost sounds like you want it to. Like you're trying to manifest
out of a million
outcome. Any assumption that Pirate simply disagrees with the Stop Killing Games initiative, we can just uninstall all of that. He maliciously wants it to fail.
Yes.
And that is so disappointing. Because how does a guy who calls himself Pirate not understand why people want to preserve their games? It's like you can't make this stuff up. The writers for this year's season of Life on Earth, they're outdoing themselves, man. This season is fucking crazy. Disagreeing with this initiative is already weird enough for any self-respecting gamer, but to be like so outspoken against it is really sus.
I mean, unless you really kind of like try to dig in and use Pirate Software's, you know, he's a developer viewpoint, I don't see, I mean, even as a developer, like, to me, whenever I see a game that just publishes, like an online-only game, and then a week later, like Concord, it just, you can no longer get it, I see a cash grab. No different than a crypto person, like, being like, oh, get this crypto, you'll get lots of money, like that Hawk Tuah lady, and then taking all the money and running. Like,
Pirate Software. Look inside. Don't pirate software. I'm more offended by his complete disregard for the noble profession of piracy. Now, some people, myself included, have wondered why he is so steadfast against this. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say definitively that pirate software is an industry plant. I'm just saying this is exactly what an industry plant would do
look.
and say.
Yeah, no,
Since
yeah,
you're
it
so
would.
set on cutting up my responses into pieces to try to make me seem unhinged, I'm going to drop
But he himself, the way he stated it, made him look bad. It just made him look bad.
videos here to show the actual context. There is also a massive pinned FAQ on the first video. Did you know I worked for GameFAQs? What? Dog, I ain't
No one
reading that.
cares who you worked for, guy.
You can't explain yourself out of being factually wrong. Just
So Pirate Software did not understand the initiative. Maybe still doesn't. That means the majority of his critique is about things it would not do, like kill all MMOs.
I'm fine talking to people that are level-headed about this and can have a conversation. But to be real, dude, every time you've been involved, your orbiters turn shit toxic.
But that's not his fault. That's probably because you bashed him on stream. It told him to lick your asshole. Like, that's not exactly reasonable. That's probably really toxic, guy. Like, are you kidding?
Don't you understand? It's your fault I am upset. How dare you expect me to correct my false information that I spit out 10 months ago?
And he does not wish to discuss this with me or anyone else in the initiative. Why not?
Would you consider reaching out and talking to Ross about it? No. And the reason why is because I found his entire statement over the YouTube incredibly disingenuous.
Oh,
Yes,
what
this issue which
statement?
has bothered me since I was a teenager and I've spent 10 years on trying to push back against is me being disingenuous.
Look, this is just a backhanded way to say
What
Ross isn't
the heck?
enough in your eyes and can't hold the conversation. It's like, dog, did you watch his video? Have you ever seen a more chill?
No, well, that's what's crazy about it. He actually reacted to it live. And then, like, Ross, after that, was like, oh, well, here's the facts. And he said it so calmly and, like, didn't even curse in his video. Like, there's no...
YouTuber on this platform? Real talk. He's completely non-hostile. The only reason he's making this video now is that's all he can do.
Yeah.
This video came out right as we were building momentum. Then except for one boost in Germany, the signatures started drying up like clockwork. This put me in kind of a no-win scenario too.
Yeah, it did.
Because if I ignored it, then a lot of people were going to get misinformed about the campaign.
Yep.
But if I did a response video, which is not something I wanted to do anyway, then it might look like drama farming, which could understandably turn off a lot of people from the campaign, because it's not about that at all.
So much misinformation was...
That's really sad that he had to do that.
Started, it did damage it.
It didn't
Now's the
have
time
to.
Correct course, and that is what we are all doing. Pirate deleted this tweet, and then he goes on and says, "Sure, I shouldn't have clapped back when Ross disparaged lawmakers and the legal process." Again, it's like, whose side are you on now?
Yeah, I don't get
You're on
him.
the lawmakers?
It's ridiculous.
What, like all of them?
The idea that we're going to go through this because it's an easy win, but not the right win? No, dude.
Oh, God. So we misunderstood the initiative and misunderstood our intentions. And in his words, this is why he refuses to have a dialogue with the movement.
How
That's
dare
crazy.
you even crack a joke about the reality of the legal process in the United Kingdom? What kind of hill is that to die on?
It's crazy.
Ain't no buried
Yeah.
treasure there.
The idea of getting it to pass with an easy win instead of pass because it's good is a problem to me. Absolute problem.
I think that, I mean, obviously there are problems with what Ross said in his, the thing that you have to go and sign, that it's not very clear. It's not supposed to be clear. It's not supposed to give solutions to the problems. It's supposed to bring it to the attention of the government. That's the goal.
That's not how politics works. Do you think things pass because they're good ideas?
No.
Tell that to people who still have lead in their water.
This is just what's so funny about like the double, the triple, the quadruple down? Like someone who can't ever admit that they're wrong. This is what's so fucking funny about
They will die on
it.
any
You
hill.
just have to keep burying yourself into an even more ridiculous position.
It's like a liar. You just have to keep making up more lies to tell the original lie.
It's so easy to make fun of you. It is hereby my dubious honor to present Pirate Software with the ultimate mark of shame, the Fake Gamer Award. No true gamer would stand against this movement or so wildly, intentionally misrepresent it as he has. Just fucking talk to Ross. It's not hard to have a conversation with people. I just don't get it. But Pirate has truly exposed a major flaw in his own software. And to wrap things up, if you're able to sign the initiative and push this thing forward, please do. Links are in the description and pinned comment. Reach out to anyone you think might also benefit.
There you go. That's the Act Man. Go check his channel out. The Act Man. The Act Man. All right.
Hi there. I'm a soulless
There we go. Probably hop into some games and then we're gonna head up out of here. Let's jump into some games. Hold on one second. Let me make sure nothing's gonna leak whenever I click into this game here. Garbage takeout day. More info, run anyway. Windows Defender, man. Let me change the stream stuff up as well. Let's see. Whoop. Oh, there is a dancing guy on the roof. That's funny. I didn't even see that. That's hilarious. V. Games. And okay, and then we're gonna push this one. Almost done. Control V. Done. There we go. Alright. Now we can start playing. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't yet. Helps out with them views, man. Alright, let's go on and get us into some horror games. Oh, my cord's stuck. Where's my mouse? Oh, here it is. It's hiding behind my mic. Okay. This one is Garbage Takeout Day. Alright, let's get in. I need to throw all the trash in the dumpster. Say it ain't so. Oh, dude walks. Oh, okay, we can run. Okay, we need to, first and foremost... God, dude, that is... still really slow. I guess that's gonna have to do. This? Oh! I pick up multiple, or just the one? Just the one. No wheel. Whew, gotta get there. That's right, I'm the garbage worker. Oh, what is this? This is awful. Narrow corridor. One way in, one way out. Oh, dude, why is the dumpster all the way over there? That's just bad. That's bad design. Someone should really call the city. It's a good thing I looked before I ran across. God, dude. Come on. That was one. Oh, is that not... What? Where's the hole at? Oh, there it is. Bro, ain't no way. By the way, I think there's the ending that you have a car crash ending. That's hilarious. So someone actually hits you? I'm not surprised. Just kind of pleasant, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we don't have to go that way. We can just go ahead and put this trash back and go on upstairs. I don't know where this guy lives. Still there? Shoo. Go. Kya! Bad. Get out of here. No one likes you. Okay. Okay. Ugh. That skinwalker, run. I mean, he's not chasing me yet. He's not chasing me yet. Is that it? That looks like the slit in the building right there, okay. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me, dude? You trying to kill me? What do you want? God! Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I hope it was this guy. You're doing here at this time? What does it matter to you? You're nosy, man. Go and mind your own business. Today is garbage takeout day. I understand, but be careful. There are all sorts of idiots walking around here. Yeah, I know. I'm looking at one, bro. Jesus. Nosy, bro. Get out of here. Could help, you know. It's the last one. I wonder what's gonna happen. Let's see. Okay. Hey, we made it. Okay. Just run. Just run. Jesus Christ, that was loud. Jesus! Ah! Hey! Hey, man, what the heck? You crazy? Oi! Bro, I know this guy ain't about to take this. Bro, are you crazy? Bro. It's okay, it's just ketchup. It's just ketchup. It's alright. Okay. We'll just take this. The garbage, I think that's the... It probably is. Just go, just go, just go, just go, just go, just go. Hi, hi, hi. Leave me alone. Oh, he's so fast. Come on. Oh, go! Come on! Go! 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 Run faster! I made it. After you ran into the house, this man started to knock on the door. When you entered the apartment, you immediately called the police. The police detained this man. Now you are safe. Hey, we made it! Good ending. Well, I consider that a win for me. Yes, sir. Oh, what the heck? Is that a chipmunk? Hey! Ah. Using Unreal Engine, look at that. That old man jump scare you. I think the skinwalker killed him and put him in the... I probably did. Probably did. That's what he gets for trying to jump scare me, you know? Can't leave? I want to leave. Next game! Close window. Called the Clown is Hungry demo. Make sure the dang thing starts. And anyway, should be good. Boom! Let's get it! Inglasias. Yes. I know 2 endings. The first ending that you get, you got car crash ending, and the bad ending, the skinwalker. Ooh, that's rough. What the heck? Play demo. Warning. This game contains pizza. You might get hungry while playing. Man, darn! Please keep a takeout speed dial ready at all times. Thank you for your understanding. Man! Thanks for warning me. I'd have been cooked otherwise. Oh, what the heck? Yo, what a pizza truck!
Dang, I broke my nail. Josh's party is almost starting. I have to hurry and deliver this last pizza before I go.
What the heck?
Now, which house am I looking for?
What a start to a game, huh?
I forgot the pizza.
Oh, Lord. She's one of them peoples. Okay. Okay. Oh, there it is right there. E. Tab or I. Tab. What the heck? F to make pizza? What? Write it. I will write it by that car. Ha! Right? No, I did not order a pizza. Bye. What the heck? Oh, the car's on. Notice you can't park here. No, notice you can't park here. Please move. Sincerely, government. Ah! Pizza free area. Where am I supposed to go? It's gotta be this house, right? Has to be this house. I don't think you can just open a door to someone's house like that. What happened?
Whoops. Oh no. What am I gonna do now? I have to make a new pizza and fast. Dang it. How could this happen to me? I'm already late.
What the heck? What the heck? Tomatoes! We need bread too, right? Watermelon? What's the watermelon for? The heck? Mustard? On a pizza? Ew!
Holy pepperoni, the pizza isn't ready yet.
Have to make... What the heck? Holy pepperoni, you gotta be kidding me with that, bro. Lay off the pizza. I don't see anything else here that we can use.
Pizza.
Well, give me 1 second while I make this pizza.
Crap! The door is locked! The door is stuck!
She sound like that. Oh, a broken nail. Where'd this door come from? So, what are we supposed to like?
I want my pizza now.
Nope. Nope. Ooh.
I am not paid enough for this shit.
Yo, that's funny. What in the... cheese? Sorry, my bad. What is that? I'm supposed to go through the woods now? What the heck? Why would you go through the woods? Oh, there's more. Okay.
Is this a trail of pepperoni? Did
It is.
Hansel and Gretel run out of breadcrumbs?
Oh, found the pizza.
Whoa!
Bro! What a klutz, man!
Come on! I'm already late to the party. I don't even make pizzas. I just deliver them. God damn it. This day is just awesome. Where am I gonna get a pizza now?
Where indeed? Oh, bro, am I gonna have to go through and find these pizzas? Oh, nuh-uh. I'm gonna be dipping out of this game then. Pizza scan? What the heck? What? Oh great, it's back. What the heck? What am I supposed to do? Bet he comes out of there. Oh no, am I making a pizza again, dude? That's creepy. That's fun. Heck was that? Hello? The teeth? The heck? I and then F? What'd you even do with the teeth? What is that? Ew! Can't run anymore. Oh, hi. Jesus! Oh, that got me good. Oh! Basketball using cheese? That was fun. Okay. Next. Alright, here, quit. There we go. Actually, you know what? We might go ahead and end the stream. It's already 11:45. Yeah, we probably gonna go ahead and end the stream. We definitely not gonna be on tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. It's a holiday, so we're gonna probably take the weekend and tomorrow off. We will be back on Monday, bright and early. Gonna be hitting that reaction stuff. Like I said, I want to start doing 3 hours of reaction, and then we'll jump into like some indie games, and yeah, it will be fun. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a good 4th of July. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything dumb, and I will see y'all next weekend. Next Monday, on Monday. Peace. Thank you for watching.